Hello and welcome to Science and Sorcery. You are joining us for our Playing for Palestine series. My name is Dagmar. I'm the host and creator of Science and Sorcery, and I'm joined here by two crucial team members who have helped to make this all happen. Our producer, Sam Langford. Sam, tired?
Tired but excited.
And our own Palestinian team member, Khalil Thurlaway. Khalil, also tired?
Always.
There we go. We are raising money for a Palestinian charity over the next eight TTRPG one-shots. And we're hoping that you will join us in this and take part in every way that you can. And for a little bit more information on how that could work, we'll pass it over to Khalil.
So we're going to be raising money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. The PCRF is a non-profit organization that tries to help address some of the medical and humanitarian needs of young people in Palestine. Now, on top of the decades of occupation, expulsion, apartheid, ethnic cleansing, the recent surge in genocidal violence by Israel has really exacerbated all of those needs. So things like food, water, shelter, medicine, sanitary products, other essential items, are all going to be really, really important once aid can get back into Gaza. Now, that may be one material way that we can try to make a difference, but there are other things we can do. I think Sam's going to talk about some of them.
Yeah, so of course nobody can do everything, but everyone can do something. And as well as our fundraiser, we also are dropping that into the chat, but also a whole bunch of other things that you can do at home, actions you can take. They'll be landed in the chat just now. So we can all do even just one little thing. So whether it is you watching this stream and joining in and sharing this and sharing what we're doing and putting those calls out, then that is great. If there's anything additional that you can do from the list we're just dropping, please do go and do that. But otherwise, we just want to say thank you so much for watching, for donating, for all of the people who you're about to see on the screen playing. Thank you so much. And thank you to Dagmar, to Khalil, to Alex, and to Rachel and our core team for helping bring this event together. But I'm going to pass back to Dagmar before we wrap up.
If you needed more motivation to donate, we've also got some fantastic giveaways. So thank you also to everyone who's donated to those. You can win some incredible things if you donate to our Tiltify campaign. That being said, without further ado, we hope you enjoy whatever's coming after this. And if you can't make this stream or one of the other ones, they'll be available to watch on YouTube, and the Tiltify will keep running for a wee while. So send it to your friends, send it to your enemies, and we hope you enjoy.
Stay informed, stay vocal, stay active. Free Palestine, we love it.
Free Palestine. See you, folks.
Free Palestine.
Hello and welcome to the very final game of Science and Sorcery's fundraising campaign for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Welcome. We are thrilled to be here. I am Edward Spence, your GM, and we will meet our incredible cast in just a moment. But thank you so much for all you have raised. Over $1,500 towards the Relief Fund. Thank you so much. And not only are you donating towards an incredible cause, but even if you donate just $10, you are in for a chance of winning a cornucopia of prizes. We have Geo Dice from Tabletop Dominion. We have Gem Dice from Valkyrie RPG. We have copies of Adventurers in ADHD from Awfully Queer Heroes, a number of books from Rowan, Rook, and Deckard, personalized character art from multiple artists, and so much more. And as for this game, you will not just be in for a chance with winning prizes, but you'll have a chance to affect our game. We are going to be playing a D&D 5e one-shot, Sky Heist, in which a motley crew of thieves will be embarking on board a vessel in order to steal an item of great import and value from its vault. Simple enough. Or so you would think, for what would a heist be without a good double cross? Every time you reach $100 towards our donations, you will cause, at random, one of our casts to be activated as a double crosser, a sleeper agent, if you will. And who are our cast? Let us go around and meet them, starting with Anne. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Gnome Anne or Anne the Gnome across the internet. I'm a TTRPG creator everywhere. Right here on Twitch, I make actual plays and do lots of world building, including right now working on lots of mushroom-based world building because you see I have a second identity as amateur mycologist and mushroom talker about her on the internet. And so today I will be playing very appropriately a gnomish circle of spores druid. I'm very excited.
Wonderful. And the incredible CB.
Hey everybody, my name is Omega Jones, also known as a Critical Bard across all social media channels. My pronouns are he and they. I am a professional actor and vocalist from the Midwest, turned tabletop professional, designer, game master, host, moderator, Twitch partner, jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them is my go-to motto. Very excited about this. Free Palestine. We already know how it feels. You can get the vibes with the watermelon centric aspect going on here, which is also being spewed into my character, Sitlan. Who is a individual touched by some Earth Genasi, some vibes, and they will bonk you. I know their art has an axe. Pretend that is a big ass hammer.
I thought you were gonna say the water cooler thing. Yeah.
Oh.
And moving on to Science and Sorcery's own, Dagmar.
Hello, I'm Dagmar. I am the host and creator of this channel, Science and Sorcery. I'm also a behavioral ecologist, and I have a tendency to tell really morbid facts on this channel. So if I go overboard, let me know in the chat. I am going to be playing a femme fatale. I'm so excited. I will be playing Kitty Dupree, the Aasimar monk, who is mostly a pretty face, but then also will stab you in the back. And yes, I have facts about that.
And last but certainly not least, hello, Liv.
Hi, Ed. Hi, everyone. I'm going to make myself lighter in a second. What? No, it didn't come on. Don't worry about it. No, oh, that was going to be fun. I was going to light myself up. Anyway, hey, I'm Liv playing Sweet Pea, who is a sweet little Eladrin, a spring Eladrin, who is a wizard, a divination wizard. Comes in handy when when we're heisting. To know what's going to be set in store for us. She uses she/her pronouns, and so do I. And I'm a TTRPG creator, podcaster, actual player. I'm just trying to be in your face all the time. So yeah.
And I am Edward Spence, he, him. I am your games master for today. You can find me across the internet. You can find me on RP Geeks, Orbital Blues Black Star campaign, which has just come to an end. You can find me over on Wounded Warrior Project, along with the wonderful CB, where we have just started our brand new The One Ring campaign, charting the imagined next chapter in Middle-earth's history, the Fourth Age. We would love to see you there, and I am thrilled to be here today to run Sky Heist. Is everybody ready?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, let us delve into it. A heist. A sky heist. All along the Sword Coast, it is summer. Sunshine lights the hills, fields, forests, and mountains. But within the city of Neverwinter, where the river itself is warm all year round, thanks to the volcanic springs of Mount Hope now, there are those who look for frostier clime. To the north of the city stands the great air docks of Neverwinter, host to the finest airships in Faerun. One such vessel is a beautiful pleasure cruiser for the rich and wealthy, simply called the Cloud Shaper. A mighty and baroque air galleon, topped with a gigantic balloon that carries it hundreds of feet into the air, famed for its glass bow and ornate observation deck, overseen by the esteemed Captain Jupiter Knotsworthy, and maintained by a highly trained crew of 20. And as the Cloud Shaper departs the city, this crew are joined by 6 passengers, all of whom are being transported northwards towards Icewind Dale. They will not be alone, for a few stowaways have managed to sneak on board. Back in Neverwinter, a gentleman by the name of Bartholomew Toller has employed the services of a motley crew to board the Cloud Shaper and retrieve an object for him. For one of the services Jupiter and her crew offer is to store any valuable belongings their guests might have deep in the lowest level of the ship. And there is something on this journey that Toller desires. A lockbox. A lockbox of immense worth, more valuable even than gold. A lockbox that, up until now, has remained hidden. A lockbox that, this far up in the air, has never been more vulnerable. And as for his employees, this will be their window of opportunity. While the guests are distracted on board, his crew of reprobates will get in. And they will get out. Without being seen, without being heard, and most importantly of all, without being caught. But we start our story somewhere altogether more different, more simple. An empty warehouse on the outskirts of Neverwinter. Old, dusty, and wide open. Chains hang from a tall ceiling, clinking together, remnants of a long disused winch and pulley system. And from a hole in the roof, a single shaft of light illuminates the table, around which 5 figures stand. One of these figures is a tall gentleman, pale-skinned, and you can see that he has a very neatly trimmed beard and long brown hair. Brown eyes sparkling, as does his wide white smile, and his purple and clothes are heavy and layered, with puffy sleeves and frills all over. And resting by his side, there is a diamond-topped cane. He picks it up and gestures to the 4 in front of him. Greetings all, and thank you for meeting me at such short notice. I must say it is a delight to have the 4 of you together this time, and that many of you will have been in communication with me only in written form. I am Bartholomew Toller, broker and businessman. That is all you need to know. Suffice to say, I am where your 1,000 gold will be coming from, split evenly, of course. But why don't we go around and introduce ourselves? Oh, why don't we start with these 2 peas in a pod? And gesturing to his left, Liv, would you like to describe the figure that we see before us?
Absolutely. So Sweet Pea is just as her name would suggest, a very sweet-looking eladrin, a spring eladrin, kind of like very foresty, very elven, very fey features. She has a bunch of freckles that go all along her teal skin, and her hair kind of cascades down in a nice braid, and it's grass green. There are flowers everywhere, flowers all over her clothing, her hair, along the staff that she holds, which is her magical arcane focus. And it basically is something that changes with her. So if she turns into like an autumn kind of eladrin, it will turn into an autumnal staff. She is wearing, you wouldn't on first glance be able to tell that she was a wizard necessarily, because she's kind of like swishing her skirt like she's getting ready to go skipping off somewhere. But yeah, no, she's actually a very competent wizard. Yeah, I think she's just kind of like smiling and nodding along, and then she like looks up at her companion and smiles, looks back, smiles. Hey, it's lovely to meet you. I'm very excited about this wonderful business opportunity. I know that my dear Sitland feels the same way.
And this Sitlan, what do you do as Seaby? Would you like to describe the figure stood beside Sweet Pea?
Yes, I think the camera literally goes from Sweet Pea and then goes to the upper part of Sitland's legs and then
Yeah.
starts to go higher. Standing at 6'6", is a pretty tall individual, very imposing, dark brown chocolate skin, though juxtaposed by these what seemingly could be cuts or openings. You're not really sure. And then within each of these openings, as shown on my chest, are geode-like shapes, literally crystals growing in those openings. They have no hair upon their head, pretty bald and shiny. Though their left eye, it's right in the camera, but their left eye seems to be a pale pink, while their right eye seems to be a vibrant, almost emerald green. They have no smile upon their face. They're all currently situated on their back is a pretty big hammer, dual-sided hammer, and or at least double-ended, I guess, like a hammerhead shark. And it's resting. And when this individual asks what they do, they just give a
See? Delighted.
Understand. Well, I can see that what a sparkling personality this one is. I'm
Oh,
sure
I
both
always
of you.
say that. Nice of you to notice.
Well, of course. Hard not to, sweet pea. Hard not to.
Surely.
And what about this luminous flower over here? And turning round to look at the other fairly diminutive individual around the table. Anne, would you like to describe Daffodil?
If we're doing the same thing with the camera where it like pans over, we have to do a full like drop because Daffodil is only about 3 or 4 inches taller than the table itself. So you kind of only get eyes over the top because she is short even for a gnome, just under 3 feet tall. And she, as you kind of like look towards her, she like looks up at you kind of startled, and you see that she like holds up, she has been making a daisy chain. She was there was some dirt on the ground and she was druid crafting little daisies and making a little daisy chain from them. And she looks at you and says, "Oh, sorry. Huh. You sounded taller in your letters."
No, that is just my last name, Daffodil. Taller by name, not necessarily taller by nature.
Ah.
Oh,
Ah. That's good. That's good.
okay. And then she's going to kind of like absently braid the daisies into her hair. So Daffodil is very small and she kind of, I think she probably like stands onto a chair now that she's not making any more daisies. So she kind of joined the conversation a bit more. You see that she's got like a lot of bright orange and like yellow blonde hair that's sort of like been tied up with like vines in various ways, but is not, they're holding on for dear life. She's got a little flower crown and she's braiding more flowers into like a stray lock of hair. She's got big eyes. Like this is a Powerpuff Girl. Okay. This is a little like a tiniest bean. And she has a cloak on that is like dragging in the dirt behind her because it is clearly not made for her size. And she just kind of like sparkles up at you and she goes, "Hi, I'm Daffodil. Mostly I work with plants and sometimes I help out where people need help."
And I lean down to Daffodil and just be like, "Hey, we're both named after flowers. How cool is that?"
It's an incredibly common naming convention.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've met another flower person. That's pretty wild. Oh my God. We should be friends. We should be friends if you would like to. We should be friends.
Oh, we'll see.
Okay. I can't wait.
You
What
might
about
have to,
our
but that's okay.
other guest? Why don't you step out of the shadows just a little bit as Dagmar? Would you like to describe Kitty?
Yes, as he asks Kitty to step out of the shadows, she actually vanishes and reappears behind him in a different shadow.
Oh my goodness.
I'll come out of the shadows when I want to, Master Taller. As you see a 6 foot tall woman, Aasimar woman, dressed in like evening wear. Definitely not the right environment for evening wear, but that's what she's wearing. And looks only disrupted by a very sharp blade, which she's twirling casually in one hand. She's like one of those annoying people who always, their hair is always perfect, even if they've just been in like a storm. So yeah, she just looks immaculate compared to this, I'm assuming, quite dusty space we're in.
Yeah, that dust lowers in the light that streams down from
Yeah.
above. You can see this is a place of great disuse, and even Toller himself looks out of place in such an environment, as sort of gripping his diamond top cane. Yes, of course, Miss Kitty. Oh, well, now that we are all met, perhaps you would be interested to know exactly why I have brought you. I remained vague in my correspondence.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Are
Please.
there chairs around the table?
There are. One of them is
Okay.
currently being stood upon by
That's fine.
Daffodil.
I'm gonna pull out another chair. I'll step out of the shadows now, pull out a chair, kick my feet up onto the table, and start cleaning my nails.
Sitline will just move to the chair that's next to Sweet Pea and pull it out for them if they choose to sit.
Thank you so much. And then I will like push up my skirt to make sure it doesn't get mussed, and then I will take a seat. Thank you so much.
Push it in a little bit to make
Thank
sure that they're
you.
situated, and then
I
stand
am.
right behind them.
I'm feeling great.
As you do this, Sitlan, I would say that you see. Actually, make a perception check for
Ooh, first roll.
Ooh.
me.
Esports.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. Let's see
That's
what I get. Oh, ooh, 18.
18.
Nice.
You see out of the corner of your eye, as you push Sweet Pea into the table, leaning up against one of the nearby walls, is a figure that you did not see before. Roughly around your height, you see a large, shaggy bugbear just leaning to one side, wearing a large, weather-beaten duster, very large arms crossed as he looks on, chewing a toothpick, and he appears to just be watching you all. And you get the sense that he is here as protection for Toller, as he just
Okay.
looks at you and
It's not what it does, and it's purely for flavor. And also, I was watching too much Avatar earlier. You see them just touch their chest, and some of that, the geodes will begin to grow as I druidcraft some rock candy, and I guess start to eat it.
oh, make an intimidation check.
Yeah.
I guess like the idea of Gemini being a thing, and then you freaking eat it. So
That's
I stole
super
it. You said intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Natural
This is
one. 5. No, natural one. No.
I cannot use my
The
portent rolls on
bugbear.
this. I cannot.
Do not.
The bugbear just brings out, you can see another toothpick and just starts to eat it on his end. As he just is staring daggers at you. And as he is sort of looking on, you see Toller just reaching into his jacket and pulls out a large ream of papers. As laying them out across the floor, you see blueprints. Blueprints to a very large vessel. And anyone who wants to examine them, as Bartholomew is talking, make a general investigation check to see how much you can glean.
Would love to.
If one were to have a proficiency in cartographer's tools, would that apply in this case?
Yeah, it absolutely would, yes.
Hey, great, because I am not the smartest. Oh yeah, but yeah, no, definitely not the smartest.
Dirty 20.
I got like
How
a
to read?
7.
A 19.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm just admiring the craftsmanship.
Good stuff.
I will say everyone who rolled an 18 and over. The rest of you see just a very simple, it's a ship, sort of a cross section of a ship. But for the rest of you, you would see a very, very thorough cross section of an air vessel. 3 stories in height. There is an upper deck, very wide and open, above which there is a large air balloon. 1 level below this, there are the guest quarters. You see there are 6 sleeping quarters in total on either side of this vessel, and right at its front, you can see that there is a large observation deck with a glass bow. At the back of this level, there are stairs that lead up to the upper level, and a ladder that leads down to the crew's quarters, and perhaps most interesting to you, the vault on the bottom level. I would also say, with a 20, Liv, you see that there is a dumbwaiter that connects these two levels, leading down to a kitchen in the lower levels. As for these lower levels, there is a mess hall, very, very small. You can see that this is where most of the weapons and uniforms are kept. You can see that there is a very small kitchen, like I say, leading directly to a dumbwaiter, probably with room enough for 2 in. You see that there is running through the entire ship a very large furnace, which begins at the bottom of the ship and ends at its top. There is a very large, essentially, pipe that leads from the upper deck all the way down to a roaring furnace at the base. And at the front of the ship, directly underneath the observation deck, there is a vast, vast vault. And it is to this that Bartholomew Toller points. Now, in exactly 1 week, the Cloud Shaper will be departing the air docks near the city and heading northwards. The passengers will be headed to Icewind Dale. The journey will take them some time. But on this first day, I wish for you to sneak on board and steal something for me. And tapping the vault. Within this vault, Captain Jupiter Knotsworthy, captain of naval history, now retired, though no less potent in ability, will be offering to allow our guests to store certain valuable items in this vault. It is one of these items I wish for you to procure for me, a lockbox, containing something of great value, something I've had my eye on for some time. Moreover, I have an anonymous buyer who is interested. I want you to sneak on board, infiltrate the ship's vault, and retrieve this lockbox. Anything else you find in there, obviously yours for the keeping, but the lockbox is mine. Yes, a definite.
Hello, Mr. Toller. What's in the box?
Oh, small ears need not hear such large things, I assure you. It is for my interest and my interest alone.
Okay.
Thank you for being so trusting. It is always good in this line of business.
Well, that is almighty interesting, and of course we would never inquire or press you about what might be in the box or what might not. I will say it's quite a few obstacles in the way for us to get to this vault itself. Do you have any intel that might be able to help us out?
Well, you have a week to perform any reconnaissance that you would wish to. I will say I do know that there are 6 guests who will be on board. Their identities, as of yet, unknown to me, except for one. Marius Gentrum, to whom the lockbox belongs. He's a scholar residing within Neverwinter, but the rest a mystery, at least for now. But I'm sure for one as studious as yourself, it'll prove no such problem.
Oh, we will do our very best, I'm sure.
I have 2 questions. Is what's in the lockbox explosive?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's going to be a 19.
With a 19, you see under this facade of jollity and cheer, a flicker of uncertainty in the glint of his eye as he... No, I imagine not. You should be absolutely fine, especially if you
I'm not worried about us. I'm worried about the fastest way of getting the lockbox off the ship being to throw it out and then follow it down.
Well,
just in case we need to.
Make a hasty retreat, you mean?
Just in case.
Well, in that, you do have an option for getting off the ship alive. Harsh! And he clicks his fingers, and you see the bugbear just immediately straighten up a little bit. Haas will be flying next to the air vessel in a dirigible of his own, a very small container, a hot air balloon, if you will. He will be your option to get on board, unless you have other means, of course. But he will be flying alongside the vessel while you undertake this job, and he will descend upon your signal should you wish to leap across and escape undetected. And that is the aim of this.
Oh,
No.
certainly. And I'm sure we will achieve it. That's very useful information to have, that we'll have our own sky ship. My second question, this scholar, is he married?
I do not believe so. He is a very,
Right.
very old man. He has remained married to his studies, most of all. That and his vast collection of artifacts.
Would it matter if he was? I say politely, just looking at you.
Not particularly, but things are always more difficult with a spouse in the way.
Mm.
Well, I will leave you to your planning, unless you have any other questions that you would ask of me. I am at your disposal, after all.
Well, we should get on there.
I think Daffodil has another question.
Oh.
Hello. Hi. Mr. Toller,
Yeah.
how big are your ears?
My ears? Well, probably not much more than a thumb, my dear.
Oh. Not much different than mine. Mr. Toller, do you know what's in the box?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! My one weakness. That is a 4.
He just looks down at you, and
Is this a
for a moment in his smile, almost like a shark, there is a glimmer of threat as he just, now, don't get too curious, little one. Well, all of you, it has been an absolute delight doing business with all of you, especially, and he looks towards you, Stuttgart, as he just, even the silent one. Well, so long. I will see you when you get back. Back here after you have finished the job. I will be waiting.
Fare thee well.
And you, sweet pea, and you. And he heads off, and you see him just whisper in Hoss's ear as he
Right
walks
before
out.
he leaves, a hand grips his shoulder.
Oh, well, hello.
If I find out you're putting us in harm's way for your own gain, have you ever seen a boulder break? Would you like to know how that feels?
I imagine I would not. Why?
Good. He would just let go, and it's like not a dent, but like it's gonna be tense. You know, it's like when you get a deep tissue massage. It's very much just like, yeah, that's a little sore for a bit. And he would flick over his multicolored eyes to Haas, break his rock candy again, and then look down towards Sweet Pea and Daffodil Kitty.
You're feeling very snacky today.
I hunger.
Yeah. Shall we? Get up.
It might be nice to find somewhere a little bit more atmospheric to actually plan our heist.
Yeah.
There's a gnomish pub nearby.
How dark is it?
Oh, it's very well lit.
And how high is the ceiling?
About gnome height.
So even you are touching the ceiling?
No. Like, well, you know, buildings made for elves or elf height, but the elves don't touch the ceiling unless they really want to.
Sure.
Think we're going to need something Setland's height.
Okay, right. Yeah, you're very large and ominous.
Which one of us are you talking to?
Oh, Sitlan, the large
Oh.
ominous one.
I see.
It comes with the territory.
Okay, let's find a U-size pub.
Mr. Toller?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. I'm sure you
Hello.
won't mind me, hey, taking this, will you? And then I take the plans of the ship.
Absolutely, they are yours to
Wonderful,
do what you please, sweet pea.
Fantastic. I'll roll it up and put it in a bag of holding, if you allow that, Ed, for me to
Yeah.
have what sure, cool. Just because otherwise carrying huge plans around is going to be a bit sus. So,
Sure.
yeah. So, yeah. Shoop. There it goes. Right. Thank you so much. Let's walk and talk, shall we, gang?
Good idea.
Well, I guess we could find some kind of tavern, maybe a seedier one, so it's not super used by folk who matter.
Along the docks, you are not wanting for shadowy pubs. There are plenty, and you find one where there are numerous sort of whale bones hanging from the ceiling, almost swaying in time with the sea, as you realize that on the docks, there is literally built on stilts, just this sort of rickety pub that creaks with every movement that you make, and eventually you are able to find a small shadowy booth. The ale is bitter, the company more so, but you are alone for the most part.
Okay. So why don't we go around the table and say what kind of heist we've done before? Maybe say a fun little fact about ourselves. How about that? I'll go first. So I've done a few things. A lot of things I kind of like. My role's like, at the back. I'll let you know if something's gonna go wrong before it happens, hopefully. And also I will, do some magic stuff detect when some magic is about. That kind of thing. And a fun fact about me: I used to be a bunny. Okay. Anyone else?
I'm going to need more information about that last bit.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll talk more.
I'm sure, yes. I assume Sitland's heists go along with yours?
We've done a few heists before, right? Yeah, we've done. Wait, didn't we see you in a...
Yeah, in the dungeon of that castle, yes.
Oh wow, small world. Wow.
There's only so many competent criminals.
And you killed a lot of them then, so there's much fewer now.
Sometimes you have to eliminate the competition.
Oh, great. So what do you think's in the box?
Something explosive.
That's the opposite of what he said.
Doesn't mean it's not true.
Daffodil, I'd like to tell you a fact about the world. Men lie.
Oh no.
I frown and then I look at Sitland like, do you lie?
If it means protecting you, yes.
Oh, sweetie. Okay, then men lie. Great.
Are you two dating?
No.
Okay. I should have mentioned that there is a ring around his ring finger.
Okay.
I hold up my own and it's bare. Nope.
Okay.
But you also, I don't know how good your insight is, you see a visible frown.
Monk, high wisdom.
Yeah.
Pretty good
insight.
visible,
Like, not a frown as in, I would never date them, but more like, there's a different reason why he's frowning at that question.
Sweepy's just full smiles.
I think my usual heist style is I sneak in.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not dark, I make it dark. Okay. And then I leave with whatever it is I came to steal. And if I have to kill people, then I kill people. Without them seeing me, usually.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we can avoid the killing people if possible. I can also make things dark for you. So.
Great. Fantastic. The killing people isn't...
sneakier.
What was that, Daffodil?
Oh, I said I can help make you sneakier.
Oh. Well, that's
wonderful. I love that about you.
All right.
I will not make you sneakier. I will be loud.
Okay.
Well, I think if we double cast Pass Without a Trace from both Daffodil and myself, we can make you really, really sneaky.
Oh my gosh, is that a stack?
I don't know, but let's hope it does.
Not with that attitude.
Oh my God, that's attacks.
We're going for stealth rolls in the 40s, Liv.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love to see it.
All right. So, do we want to interrogate, shake down, or assassinate this one wizard we know about? Just, as a team, working together.
The one that owns the lockbox, right?
Oh, yeah,
No?
the scholar. Is that the
Oh.
lockbox? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. We could, I could, read his mind if we keep him occupied for a little bit.
I do very much want to know what's in the box. So I think we should go do that now. Are you free?
We have a
You
week.
want to go kill him now?
Oh, well, I think that if we go and learn what's in the box, maybe we could even get the box now. I don't know where it is. Maybe he knows. Or maybe we'll know more about it so that if it's explosive, we don't throw it at the bugbear.
I think throwing it at the bug.
This individual could be anywhere across the plains. They are coming here in 7 days.
Okay, fine.
I think what could perhaps be more worthwhile is finding out who the other passengers are going to be.
Ooh, I like that. That's
If we know what
good.
liabilities there are, but also if one of them, say, happens to match one of us in physical stature, physical description, we could just pretend to be them.
That
And
sounds
then
like
you can poison
homework.
someone, Daffodil.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that is a good point. So, as it stands, we will be sneaking on the ship as opposed to being invited, right?
Yes, that's my understanding.
That is
They
an
always want to put
issue.
me in a crate. It's always a crate.
I was going to put you in a dumbwaiter, but we could all go in a bag of holding and hold our breath for about a couple of minutes while one of us sneaks us onto the ship.
I've got a lot of spell components in there. You probably don't want to go floating around, but you can
I'm
if you
just
want.
Daffodil will fit.
I'll fit in a crate too. And then
You
I don't have
wanna
to
go
go
in the
into a pocket. Well, better than a pocket dimension with no air.
I mean, I suppose, sure. I mean, it just
The
I
bar
thought
is
you-
low, but that is worse.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Maybe a big backpack or something. Yeah. But also I can turn myself into somebody else. So I could become someone. We knock them out. Maybe not kill. We knock them out, put them somewhere nice and safe, and then you go in the bag, boop, 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 or the crate, whatever it may be, and then I walk on.
Okay, so maybe our plan is when people start boarding or when they start gathering, we scope it out there because then they'll all be together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then maybe we just,
I don't like that. I don't like. So okay, is the killing necessary? Is my question. Because we could always just kind of bonk, and then.
oh,
all
you're
taken
right.
care of.
We should charge extra for that. Okay, I
Mm.
appreciate the negotiation.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
You say this because it had just been brought to my attention that we have unlocked a double crosser.
Uh-oh.
So I am going
Wait.
to roll, and
Wait,
I'm going,
Are you going to tell everyone or are you just going to tell the double crosser?
we're going to have a flashback to before Bartholomew.
Oh my god.
Sitlan.
The most loyal, the only.
No,
What are you and Sweet Pea doing as you make your way a few hours earlier towards your meeting with Bartholomew Toller?
If it's before the meeting, he always wants to make sure that Sweepy has food. So probably went to a market or something, maybe a tavern or some kind of area, just to make sure that they got some things. Not
I'm
only
eating like a little
for-
bao bun or something. To
Yeah, exactly. And I'm eating like rations. That's probably what they're doing at that moment before they head off. Doing any last minute preparations too.
And as the prospect of a new job by an individual you do not know, an individual that you do not trust, what is going through your mind?
He's thinking about why is he doing this? This is not his forte. This is not the things he typically does. He's not a killer. No. He's not a murderer. That's a better way of saying it. That's just not where he goes. He's a protector, first and foremost, and right now he has a care for Sweet Pea, so he tends to go where he follows where they go, and they can take care of themselves. But a couple of times his hammer needs to come out. It's not his favorite thing, but he does it with no complaints. So I think he's just thinking about what this is going to entail. What could it mean? Especially he doesn't know who he's working with yet. So are they going to be a problem? Just contemplating a lot of things.
And-
Lan, do you remember? You've got your thinking face on. Anything
When
the
are we
matter?
done heisting?
Oh, when are we done? I mean, I suppose whenever we want to be. Why?
I am always okay with protecting you. You are something special.
As are
But
you.
when we step into danger willingly, therein lies a problem I have.
I suppose that does in fact make your job harder. Yes. Have I mentioned that I appreciate your protection?
As do I. I know that your ways of foresight rival that of those where I come from, and it is much appreciated.
Oh, and then at the same moment she puts her staff out and like in the way of your head as like a ball that a kid is like playing with, like it's about to hit you in the head, but then it bounces off the staff instead. She's like, it comes in handy. So there you go, and I kick it back. So are you rethinking this undertaking that we're heading to?
There's a pause. He like looks down, and you see that he has a necklace around his neck, and it's a diamond. And around that diamond is some kind of like metal, and it's kind of rough and not necessarily perfect. He just kind of plays with it for a moment. I do not back away from my obligations, and my obligation is to you and this heist. But afterwards, perhaps we do what others do and simply just adventure.
Just adventure, sure. Equally as dangerous, but a bit more above board, I suppose. Sure, we can have a little think about that. But I will say that if things ever get a bit too much in something like this, I've always got your back, and yours alone, right?
I do. And you know that my hammer will swing if someone makes you their enemy.
I appreciate that. You gotta try one of these buns. They're very good. It's got like a nice filling in it. It's real tasty. Like I'll just cut you off a little bit here. Whoop.
I think he lets them just keep talking as he like, kind of goes back into thinking mode.
I'm just imagining the bun just being like jabbed at the side of your face. Like, try it.
Okay.
And as these voices blur around you and suddenly you're back in the present, you see Sweet Pea and Daffodil and Kitty all talking around the table as they plan. And there is an uncertainty in the air as you are unsure what it even is you will be heisting. And I will say, for expediency's sake, as you sit there and you plan, you have a week to prepare. So, going round, what are each of you planning to do for the heist, and what are you doing during your week to prepare? And you can bring anyone else within your preparations in order to achieve this. So, let us start with Kitty. Kitty, what are you doing during this week?
I think, despite my initial lack of understanding of the blueprints we were given, I think Kitty would want to study them quite intensively to figure out which areas are going to be the most heavily trafficked, both by the guests and the staff, to try to find, where it would be easiest to sneak, and where some diplomacy might be required, or murder. As well as, I think she'd go. Traveling on a skyship is expensive, right? These will probably be like slightly higher class people who will be traveling.
The Cloud Shaper especially, it is
Yeah,
a
okay.
very it is a place of privilege, and it is where the rich and the elite tend to travel.
In that case, she's also going to go and schmooze a bit, with her proficiency in persuasion, and basically hang out around wherever the rich people hang out in town to try to see if she can figure out who the other guests are going to be.
Okay, so I will say with that, considering proficiency, can you make a persuasion check?
That is going to be a 23.
23. Okay, so I will say with that, certainly with schmoozing, you are able to instigate yourself within the high and mighty of Neverwinter's populace. You are able to attend parties, you are able to slink into balls, you are able to do as you do best. Stick to the shadows, observe, persuade, lend an ear. And as you do so, you are able to find out, I will say, the following information, especially regarding busyness around the ship.
Mm-hmm.
There are only 6 guests on board, and I will say with your persuasion, you are able to ascertain the identities of all of them. One of them is an old friend of the captain of the ship, one General Mannering von Tuftman. He will be arriving on the day, and he will be boarding the ship straightway. He is a man of great esteem within the military community and once served with Captain Jupiter Notsworthy. She will know him intimately, and he her. You also, as you already know, Maris Gentrum will be arriving the same day. You're also able to ascertain the name of another, Marshall Lowe, a Leonin individual, seemingly a member of high society. It is somewhat unclear exactly what he does. He seems to be a purveyor of antiquities more than anything else, much in the same way as Maris Gentrum. And you also find out the identities of 3 others. It's a family. Ladies Dorath and Andrea Valintha and their son, Nyath. They are nobles, and they seem to be keeping to themselves during their stay in Neverwinter. They appear to be leaving for Icewind Dale on the Cloud Shaper very, very quickly. And there are rumors that they have survived an assassination attempt, and they are looking to flee northwards in order to lay low, especially with their child. So that is all the information you were able to get. Let us go to Daffodil. What are you doing with your week of preparation?
So this is like a highfalutin okay. That is a highfalutin place. So I'm imagining this place is going to be catered, right?
It will do, yes.
All right. Daffodil is going to spend her time kind of like hanging out at the little, like the gardens, trying to figure out who is catering this ship. That
Lovely.
is what yeah.
Okay. What would you like to roll for that?
Nature?
I'll allow it. Yeah, we'll do it.
Oh, okay. Or I mean, it could be investigation.
We only have one shot. Let's go nature.
Okay. All right, that's an 18.
18. So you would know that, certainly in terms of gardens and vegetables, you know that the staff of the Cloud Shaper, in addition to having a great deal of naval experience, are somewhat jacks of all trades. They're responsible for maintaining the ship, cleaning it, catering, and indeed cooking as well. In fact, there are 2 individuals who are responsible for cooking in the ship's lowest deck. And these are Miller and Lee. And they procure all of their ingredients from a small sort of patch just outside of the airfield to the north of the city. They grow all of their vegetables, they grow fruits, they grow herbs. Everything that you can find can be found in this patch.
Okay, Daffodil will I'll RP it for you. Daffodil's gonna say, oh, like just kind of wandering. I'm like, wow, what a lovely pet. Are you looking for a druid to help? I just moved to town and I miss the gardens. I'd love to if you have any opening.
Oh, well, it's quite cold at the moment. We do need a little bit of help, just encouraging plants to. And the last druid unfortunately went off sick with cold. So if you
Of
are,
course. And I'm just gonna like start druid crafting things into bloom, like on the spot. Be like, yeah, this is exactly what I do.
oh, what if and you see like vines of tomatoes just sprouting out and broccoli plants larger than any they have ever seen as they just look on. And as they do so, what are you doing with this patch of garden?
I'm definitely going to be sowing sleeping poison into these vegetables. So that the food is laced with sleeping poison.
Okay, so as you are doing that, Sweet Pea and Sitland, what would the 2 of you like to do, either individually or as partner in crime?
What do you think, Omega? Do you want to one-on-one or duo? What do you think?
I mean, I can't really think of anything he's doing to prep.
Sure.
No, he is the muscle. He has one job and one job only.
Yeah.
Get in there and
Business
cause a
as usual.
distraction, either with face or intimidation. So he's gonna see what Sweet Pea's doing. But he might you know what? Go and I'll say something and come back.
Okay. All right. So Sweet Pea, I think, is going to research as much as she can. She is going to be looking at the was it Sky? What is the name of the ship? Sorry.
The Cloud Shaper.
Cloud Shaper, thank you. She's looking at the Cloud Shaper designs, as trying to unearth them as much as possible. Trying to find if there are any security systems enabled, like via magic or mechanical, I suppose, because that's possible as well. And just look for also any nooks and crannies, anything that the staff would know about, perhaps, but the passengers would not. Similar to like the dumbwaiter, maybe.
I will, because these are 2 separate things, so I'll get you to roll 2 checks for me. Arcana, and
Wonderful.
Let's just do another investigation check for me.
Okie dokie. So rolling Arcana first. I rolled a 2, but that becomes a 15 because of my portent dice. So that would be a 23 instead, which is nice. And then for investigation, that becomes a 14 because of my portent dice. So that will be 22. So a 23 Arcana and 22 investigation.
Wow. Okay. So you would
a week to reset them. It's fine.
Yeah. So with your 4 to 15 to 23, we'll get back to your Arcana check in just a moment. But for your investigation check, so you would know that the hull of the ship, indeed all of the ship, is made of wood. Strong, sturdy wood, but wood nonetheless. The vault itself is made from adamantine. It is going to be nigh impossible to break into. You would also know that there is only one key, and that key is on the person of Captain Jupiter Knotsworthy. As for your Arcana check,
Mhm.
you also know there is another reason there is only one key. There is a gift of warding on the safe inside the vault, and if anyone attempts to open it, it will activate a very large security golem within inside the vault
Okay. Biff of warding if you don't use the key.
if you don't use the key. Yes.
Wonderful. Fantastic stuff. Yes, I feel good about using those portents. Yeah, I think Sitlan will see that Sweepy is just kind of like still she still looks very pristine, but like maybe like a strand of hair is falling out of her perfect braid, and she's kind of like looking over like all the plans she has and that she's managed to procure, just being like, okay, and then if we do this, and then like she's analyzing, she's going into kind of like analysis mode, and that I think she's like lost in it at the moment, so that's what she's up to.
And Sitlam.
Yeah, I was like thinking, like, is he doing anything? Is he doing anything? I really think he's just making sure that they are chill and not, you know, overworked or anything like that. He's kind of just doing his own thing. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything he's doing necessarily. No, I lied. I think he's going to, if they're in an area that they probably, you know, so that's taverns, probably has like, you know, a merchant of some way, shape, or form. He's gonna hate it. He's gonna hate everything about it. But he's gonna find clothes.
Okay.
Because he is basically naked. So we probably shouldn't be for this.
I will say, while you're going about and buying your clothes, can you, as you make your way about over the next week, can you make, given your earlier roll, a perception check at advantage?
Who is this, me?
Mm-hmm. For you.
Okay. Ooh, that is a 21.
You and Sweet Pea are being shadowed. And specifically as the week goes on, you realize it is by a very familiar individual, a large bugbear.
Okay. See, you thought he was cute, and now you're shadowing. So now that I know that there's a presence around, especially as Sweet Pea is doing their thing, I'm gonna say, give me a moment, please.
Sure thing. I'm like writing along in my notebook, just like.
Would you like something to drink as well?
I would love a sweet tea for Sweet Pea. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much, Sitlan.
Great. And he's gonna take the mug that he has. He's actually gonna craft some tea leaves. But he's going to just kind of walk away with that. Kind of like nonchalantly in a way. But as he gets enough away from Sweet Pea, if you're going to shadow someone, you should do it better.
Didn't see you there.
What do you want?
I'm just making sure you're holding up your end of the bargain, son.
One step closer. Does our financier not trust us and what we can do?
Trust your abilities, but this is a matter of great importance. I'm here to provide insurance.
Another step forward. And what exact insurance can you provide?
Not the same as you provide for that little Sweet Pea over there.
He doesn't take another step forward, but he just watches. And as he's watching, you can tell the geodes in the various openings are starting to move and shift, almost start to grow. If
You're above board, right?
Say that again, sorry?
You're above board, right?
You saying above board?
I said, are you above board, Ken? We trust you to do the job.
That's what you hired us for, correct?
It is. But we're in the business of dealing with criminals. Not always the most trustworthy folk.
I'm going to keep it quite blunt with you. If I wanted you disposed of, you would be. The fact that you are not means I'm as trustworthy as you may think.
I'll see you on Heist Day.
And he disappears round the corner.
And I would say just for a moment, you saw Sitline getting taller. He's already 6'6". He was getting taller. Oh, but he goes back down.
The bugbear just gives a little salute and heads off.
He is going to watch him go away for forget this time. Find some hot water somewhere, and then come back to Sweet Pea.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course.
This is hot water.
I didn't. And he finally, probably in the,
I love it. Oh,
in the interrogation, he spilled the tea leaves everywhere, so he put some more tea leaves in there.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, yummy. I love it. Thank you so much.
So, as your various preparations and discoveries unfold over the week, eventually the week comes to an end. And where is it that the four of you meet before your heist begins?
Maybe somewhere in the docks or the sky docks.
I think that's sensible. Maybe to let everyone know what we've all found out over the week before we're in bugbear company again.
Mm-hmm.
Daffodil shows up wearing like a crate as a dress, kind of. Just like
honey.
straps, like
I'm ready.
That's so last season.
Let's do crime.
Oh, I mean, don't say that too loud, but yeah. Cool.
Sitlen is in a the muscles are muscling in this very tight dress shirt. And he has like a bow tie that's like hanging off, but actually not tied up. Pants has like his calves are bulging out of him. And just like, I would like to not be wearing these clothes.
I know, sorry for a little bit. Come down here, please, if you wouldn't mind. And then like she just starts doing the bow tie up, and then like, okay.
I did prefer your previous outfit as well. This is a bit badly fitted.
I mean, we didn't have time to go to a tailor.
No, that's completely understandable. I think we might have competition.
Oh?
There's an antiquities dealer whose actual job seems to be a matter of some mystery, who's going to be one of the passengers on board. Keep an eye out for a large man who looks like a lion.
Okay.
Just in case.
A Leonin?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Wonderful. Well, I have some information as well. So the hull of the ship itself is made of very strong wood, but it is wood. So, worst comes to worst, we can just kind of like, burn it down. I don't know, maybe. Punch through it, also an option. Also, the vault itself made of adamantine. Strong stuff. Now, probably won't be able to break through it very easily. And actually, she's about to say, as there's a cliff of warding, we won't want to. However, she's going to keep that info to herself for a little bit longer. And she'll say, yeah, very difficult to break through. So, although Sitlan knows. But there is a key. So we can either, grab the key from Captain Jupiter or figure something else out.
Well, if the key's with Captain Jupiter, we might, if you can still make yourself or someone else look like a different person. Captain Jupiter's best friend and possibly lover, that's still a little bit unclear to me, is going to be one of the other guests. So if one of us could pretend to be them, we'd be able to get close.
Absolutely. I think I could do that.
Or we can kill the captain.
Well, we need someone who can fly the ship, right? So I don't know if anyone
Only
else
for
can.
we just needed to stay afloat for a little while after we get the key.
Sure, I would love it. I would love someone who can fly the ship to be able to stay on the ship, after we depart, if that's possible, so that people don't die.
Oh, but they're not us.
I'm aware. Yes, I'm aware of that. Their life has value equal to our own.
Right. Yes. Right. I keep forgetting that part. Okay. Yes.
It's not true for
Maybe
all
write it
people,
down.
but these people possibly, yes.
Okay.
Well, okay, but a person's the
I'm
measurement
thinking of
their
one person in
deeds.
particular for whom that's not true, but you don't.
One
don't worry about that.
person. Are they on the
Don't worry
ship?
about that. I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Okay, secrets. All right. Sure. Okay. So, in terms of getting on the ship, are we?
Oh, one more
knocking someone
thing.
out? Yeah.
Hold it. I am, and Daffodil's gonna reach into the crate and pull out a bunch of granola bars that she made, and hand them to everyone. Say, I brought snacks. Just don't eat anything on the ship. That's all.
What have you?
Here you go.
What have you done? What have you done?
I put lullaby serum on all the food. So unless
That's
you feel like
useful.
you need a nap, maybe
I was
don't eat
gonna
it.
say, if I needed to kind of like zonk out a bit, maybe, good.
Not while we do crime. I learned that the hard way. No naps in crime time.
Well, no,
I had
not a
to.
nap.
I had to drag her out of something's maw.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it was one time. And now we know. So, snacks. And these are not poisoned. I did not put any poison at all into these granola bars that I made for you.
Insight check. Resounding.
And also on that note, folks, Twitch chat's redeemed a hydrate check, so everyone please make sure to drink your
hydrate with
non-poison
non-
beverages.
non-poison water. What is a
Mine's
soda?
cider, so technically.
I only got a 9 on my insight check, so I don't know. Alright.
22.
23.
Hey, okay. Peering at you like, okay.
I don't know why you're looking at me like that. I just said I didn't poison it.
Uh-huh.
I
You
feel like
also
I made
said-
it very.
We're choosing to trust right now.
You didn't, understand the value of human life, so I just would love to.
Of people who aren't us.
Every single plant in your hair is poisonous.
Okay, well, that's just, I'm very small. I can't carry so much. I have to multitask, okay? So my decorations also have to be weapons in a pinch. Oh, speaking of, I made you this.
And I give you a vial of poison. And I say,
I just thought you could use this, because you have knives and you can stab people, and that is the fastest way to get poison into the bloodstream. Just, friendship.
As
Okay.
you say this, can all four of you make perception checks for me, please?
Yes.
I want to say this is a vial that's like blatantly labeled poison in like the most girly pop script. Like there's a
Yes!
heart on the eyes, and it's just like
Oh my
Yes.
We love it.
18.
Me too.
Nat 20.
Ooh,
23.
Work.
24.
Oh my
You
God.
beat me on that.
You all perceive. Okay, so
we so good.
you see the following. Sitlan, you see Hoss, the bugbear, making his way towards all of you. And you can see that off in the distance, there is a small metal dirigible just ready to launch, a short distance away from the airfield itself. Daffodil, you see a number of individuals beginning to pull up via cart towards the airfield. You can see a field of large, they kind of look like siege towers, but at their top you can see a number, just an entire sort of cornucopia of various vessels and zeppelins and hot air balloons all above you, casting shadows down above. And on the top of one, you can see the Cloud Shaper. But at the bottom of one of these towers that leads all the way up, you can see guests beginning to arrive. You see an old, scholarly-looking man who you can only assume is Marius Gentrim. You also see a large, military-looking individual around Sitland's height, and he looks like a large humanoid hippopotamus. And you can see that he has a large, sort of blue doublet over him, and you can see that he has lined grey skin with a little bit of stubble under his chin and a single shining black eye, as on the other one there is an eye patch. He has a golden epaulets and a giant trench coat sort of sits over his shoulder, as you can see that one of his sleeves is empty and is pinned alongside a number of medals that sit upon his chest. You see 2 women and a son as they step off, and you can see that one of them is serving as sort of a sign language interpreter for the other one. And you, Sweet Pea, see another one of the guests. A large Leonin individual. And with your perception check, Sweet Pea, you recognize the face of this Leonin. As for faces we recognize, Kitty, you also see an individual helping them all with their luggage. Dressed in the uniform of one of the staff on board the Cloud Shaper, sort of blue doublets and a small, like, white bellboy's hat. It is a face that you have not seen in a very long time, as your ex-partner in crime and in life is helping them with their luggage.
This is now an assassination mission.
And that is where we're going to take our break.
Did we find the one person whose life?
Yes, we have. His name is
Oh, no.
Robert, and he's gonna fucking die.
And when we come back, we will be launching straight into our heist. So thank you all very much for joining. Remember to stay hydrated, and we will see you very, very shortly.
We're marching through the swamp like this.
We're the finger blasters, and we're here to say something.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Do you wish to consummate this marriage?
Consummate here? No, that's
Not,
for
not, not in that sense.
not
in the aquarium, Alex.
not in front of the Kraken. It's just a baby.
Maybe like a scene where you got one Bullywug like on a throne kind of thing, and then all the other races as well.
Making a Bullywug supremacy code.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you're gonna see is with every single breath, her tattoos start to shimmer, and then they start to grow out of her skin into real plants, and even the ones on her neck grow onto her face.
As you
That was
leave,
fun.
you see him kind of like, he's smiling, but he's also shaking his head.
We get that a lot. Put, a hand gently on a big hand on the small of the back. Not small of the back, sorry, between the shoulder blades. Sorry, not like that. No. Between the shoulder blades. The top of the back.
Roll to seduce the goblet,
Just over the tramps now.
Dragon snorts a little bit and then says, "This conservationist, I have heard it all, and now I see that my nest has been disturbed. What a morning!" And he turns around and begins sort of like trying to tidy up bits of the nest. So, you want to advance my species, is it? How strange.
Murder,
Yeah.
murder.
Murder.
You're kind of
Great.
I think we should set sail again. We've sat idle long enough, Billy. I think we should sail that way, towards those particularly majestic looking seals. I'll get the clubs.
If you come to the bathroom and come in, you'll just hear a shout going, "No Armani, no Punani."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Missed that perception check, huh? Life can be so short. Do you want to kiss me?
Now that's a fucking critical hit.
Roll credit.
and welcome back as we delve into the heist itself. Let us start with Kitty. As you watch the clouds pass by, and looking around, you see your new compatriots all cramped together within a small metal cone that comprises Hoss's dirigible. You see the large bugbear operating levers off to one side, and you can hear the soft roar of fire just above your head, pummeling hot air into the large balloon above. There is a face seared into your memory. When was the last time you saw Robert?
I think the last time that I saw Robert was the last heist we did together. When I did all the work, as was normal, broke into the bank, got him in, despite all of his many fuck-ups on the way, got us back out undetected, and then from one moment to the next, he broke off the engagement and stole all the money and vanished. So he's number one on my shit list. And now I get the chance to shove him off an airship.
And as this memory reverberates through your mind, Sitlan, looking to one side, Sweet Pea is somewhat quieter. As Sweet Pea, when was the last time you saw home?
Sweet Pea has not seen home since she ran away from it. Not like she ran away from home to go on a big adventure. She ran because she was fleeing because her home was being destroyed and everyone in her community as well as her family was being murdered by a group of Leonin that was headed up by the person we just saw. So that's really cool. So Sweet Pea, I'll give more context, sure. I'll give more context as well because Sweet Pea threw away the fact that she used to be a bunny. It's because for a long time, because her mind was so traumatized by the memory of what had happened there, her mind kind of tried to shield her from that by when she was running away from these huge people, huge humanoids, and she was fleeing for her life, she just thought of herself as some kind of scared little creature, just unable to fend for herself, leaving her family behind. And her brain, her magic, her fey magic, and the magic within her made that a reality, and so she transformed into a Harangon. And she was like that for a long time, not remembering who she actually was, until she and a group of friends came back to left the Fey realm for the first time in a long time. So yeah, and then she arrived back and she was back in her Eladrin form. So yes, she is very quiet, which is wild for her, and she is staring at the ground. Yeah.
Has Sweet Pea ever told Sitlan about the Leonin?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I see the Leonin?
I would say from Sweet Pea's reaction just before he boarded, you likely would have.
Great. Okay. As Sweet Pea is quiet and just kind of looking around for a moment, in Sylvan, he says, Would you like him to be my next target?
What? What was common, and then she goes back into Sylvan. No. No. I didn't expect this to be. I just recognized the face, but I don't. I think he was in charge. I don't know. Maybe. Is it hot in here? I don't. I think we're.
Say nothing else.
No. She like. No.
Just holds it in his hand.
No. Please. It's in the past. It's not. A life for a life. It doesn't make any sense.
Your home is never in the past. That's in common, he says.
The rest of you hear this.
There's been a pretty intense change in energy on our little there's a lot of steering into the middle. How are we doing, team? Hey. Okay, good to know. All right.
Yeah, good. So good. Thank you for asking. So when are we getting on the ship?
And you just watch as descending through the clouds, you see a ship right next to you. It is as impressive as it is massive. 3 levels in total. The vessel is built from fine oak wood and polished metal beams, each window around its gargantuan hull framed in gold leaf. Designed to look like a gigantic sea galleon, in place of a mast there is instead a great furnace, and above this a gigantic air balloon, over which you can see rope affixed to the deck below. And perhaps most impressive of all, even through the cloud cover that separates you from it, you see gleaming in the setting sun the ship's bow, constructed entirely from glass, as within you see an ornate observation deck on its 2nd level. It is beautiful. But as you begin to descend, you can see Hoss just bringing the small ship that you are on level with the top of this large balloon of the Cloud Shaper. And he just cranks open the door as it just... And you see down below just the whistling of air and hundreds upon hundreds of feet below.
How far away is the place we need to jump to?
You're pretty much over it, so it's sort of a 5-foot drop, and you can see that there is sort of cross-stitch netting all the way across the large balloon underneath. So climbing down will be one thing. Being spotted will be entirely another.
Okay. Sweet Pea being all business right now, just kind of looks at Sitlan like, I'll see you over there, and will just Fey magic, like transport herself to where she needs to be. So she just teleports. And she's like,
looks at the other two to make sure they can get over safely.
We'll be fine.
She usually just throws me. So
Come on, Daffodil. I'm gonna just grab Daffodil by like the nape of the back of the clothing as I go to like barrel roll out, but I'm just pulling Daffodil along with me.
Oh, woo!
And I do like a 3-point landing, still holding Daffodil with one hand.
Can you make an acrobatics check for me? Can you make an athletics check for me as well, please?
That's going to be a 23.
Flawless.
22 for me.
Both of you landing atop, and the balloon gives a little bit under the mass of your muscle as there was just a boom, 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 and all of you are stood atop the balloon of the Cloud Shaper, as disappearing off into the clouds just gives you a bit of a salute as he disappears and waits for your signal.
Does he do anything else?
Make a perception
She would
check.
kiss.
Yes, we reach. If we get to $2,000, sit, land, and Hoff.
Yes.
We could do a one-on-one shot for a sit, land, and Hoff.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fanfic epilogue.
That is a 17.
He seems fairly implacable as he disappears, but you see him just give a bit of a nod as he disappears.
Mutual respect.
Let's do this. Sit loss. Oh my god.
Look, for the low price of another $400 donation in total, you'll get 4 double crossers and a himbo romance.
What in your life
What more
could you get for $400 that will bring you more joy than sit loss reality?
I hate it so much.
For a good cause.
Okay.
So what are you all doing?
What part of the ship are we in now?
So you are on top of the balloon, which sits above the upper deck itself.
Okay. How do we think we should head down without drawing attention to ourselves?
I have an idea.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on the whole group. So you all get plus 10 bonus to your stealth checks and cannot be tracked except by magical means.
I go bippity boppity boo. No one can see you.
Great. Good stuff. I'm not very stealthy, so I'm going to go ahead and just add something onto that, and I'm going to turn myself invisible.
Oh,
Sweet.
wow.
Into nothing.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi. Sorry, I thought you left. Last time you did that, you teleported, but this time you just went invisible. I don't know. I'm getting mixed. Okay.
It's just some magic. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
She's way more cut and dry than she was before.
If need
How
be.
high up are we from the deck?
Okay.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So you are around sort of 20 feet above the lower deck itself. Once you climb
Nothing.
down, it'll be 10. Once you climb down to kind of the
Nothing.
lower portion of the balloon, it'll be around a 10-foot drop to get down to the deck itself.
Just fling myself off at some point. Not right now.
You're-
Sorry, CB.
No, you're totally good. She's just gonna say, I will.
Sorry, there was a donation just then, right?
I think there was, and I. We hit 2 grand! Hogan, you motherfucker!
Okay, so several things happen at this stage. We're gonna go through them one by one.
I thought I imagined it.
For our lovely guests, that was our friend Hogan, who lives in Minnesota, who is our #1 donor and has previously donated $1,000 before on the stream. So Hogan, we love you so much.
Wild.
Thank you, thank you.
I appreciate your
we'll make-
priorities, Hogan.
We have to make the sit loss one shot happen now.
Oh my God.
I hope you're ready. We're getting this crew back together.
Well, I will say several things happen at once. As behind you, you just feel another just down onto the balloon itself, and you just hear behind you,
I'm sure you could do with one more.
as you just see Hoss just stood behind, and he's like,
I can keep an eye out for you. Don't worry about it.
and glinting in his eye, Sitlan, you see respect glinting in his bugbear eye as he just nods at you again.
I hate this. I hate this.
I love this.
Great. Fine. Stay next to me. Don't make noise.
And he just creeps on after you as 2 other things happen. For we have also activated our other double crosses. Kitty, sometime during this week, as you have been doing your observations, and certainly with this latest development that Robert is on board, what is going through Kitty's mind?
Kitty is thinking Robert's stolen so much from her. And he's here now. But she knows she's the better thief. So she's going to steal this lockbox from right in front of his face. And it would be good for her reputation to steal the lockbox with a bunch of other people. But it would be so much better to steal it on her own.
And Daffodil. It was sometime last week, as you were making your way back from a patch of garden, that you were making your way through a dark alleyway in Neverwinter. And you felt a strange, ominous presence from one of the nearby alleys.
Curious for a daffodil to be out and about this time of year.
I bloom when I want and where I want. Who are you?
An admirer.
Oh, that makes sense.
I believe you are after something. Something on board the Cloud Shaper.
It's possible.
What do you desire, little one?
Insight check. 14.
This individual, unseen as they are, seemingly echoing from all about, is willing to give anything for what you have been tasked with procuring.
Well, there is one thing.
And I'm just gonna pass them like a note. And it's like folded up and sealed with a wax seal with a skull on it.
You're like, if you want that lockbox so bad, you'll find me this.
You hear as the seal is unbroken, and in the darkness, you hear a chuckle.
It is done.
And with that, the individual disappears.
Oh, good.
As on top of this balloon, all four of you stand, along with a now allied bugbear. What are you all doing?
Not an allied bugbear who's not covered by the pass without a trace.
Nope.
Not at all, no.
Bugbear's with me. We're gonna go do distraction things. I think it's gonna be our best use. Oh, that sounds so bad. We are, because we need to get down to the lower levels regardless. And the less people who can stop individuals from going down, the better. So we will be bodies. Get down. Be safe. Don't do anything other than what we have agreed upon.
No, there might be some murder.
I cannot stop you from murdering your... I
X.
don't know the title.
X.
I see.
He's going to die.
That is between you and the stones below.
Yeah, that is where he'll land.
Hoss?
So, Sitlan, how stealthy are you being?
LOL. I think at the very least, at first, they're stealthy. Cause he can walk quietly when he needs to. Just kind of digs his feet in and kind of scoots. But at some point, we're gonna have to be seen, because this is not like a pleasure cruise with a lot of people on it. It's only a certain amount of guests on it. So at some point we're going to get seen. So it might as well draw more eyes now, and then the others who are a lot more sneakier can get down, and then they'll eventually get down. So it's sneaky until we get to like midway, and then it's let's grab a drink.
If I can ask all of you to make stealth checks for me as you begin to descend down the side of the hot air balloon.
Oh, I
towards
just
the deck.
yeet myself off and
Make
try
it.
to land in a shadow somewhere.
Brilliant.
Cool.
I can negate falling damage by 35 hit points. This is nothing.
I rolled a nat 20 for stealth and then have +3 and then got +10.
Not
so that's a
bad.
33 on stealth. I hope not
Amazing.
exist.
We were never here.
Unseen.
29 for me on stealth.
25 for me.
Okay, that is a 19.
That with the +10?
What is
Yeah.
what is Haas's? What's
And
his
advantage
plus?
because I'm invisible.
He's not got a plus anything, so we will see how it goes. Oh, I dropped it. So that is a 4. So as the rest of you drop down one by one by one, concealed in shadows, even you Sitlan jumping down, you see before you the deck of the ship. The stern and bow sit elevated with wooden steps leading down to a central platform where in the place of a mast there is a giant furnace with great bellows around its circumference. Hot air rising from this hole into the center of the gigantic air balloon that holds the ship aloft. You can see wooden doors leading off down into the bowels of the ship. And upon this deck, you see 4 individuals, 4 crew members, 2 on the stern and 2 on the prow. And as you all bend down, I think now is as good a time as any to bring up our map. Does everyone want to bring their various characters on? As the rest of you drop down, and you can place yourself wherever you would like to be hidden, I will say that the door is over there.
Wait, how do you do that?
Stairs.
I'm lost.
Click and drag yourself
okay.
onto the thing. Is this
I
gonna
did,
work?
yeah.
There she is.
There we are. Boom.
Let me see.
We need one for Haas now, apparently.
We do, yes. So let me find...
Quick Haas token creation.
Let us...
We don't have a Haas token made by our incredible artist Jade Nelson. Their first time making art for to be viewed by the public, and I think we can all agree she did a fucking amazing job.
So
so
good.
thank you so much, Jade.
Wait, where am I pointing?
I am
Look
going
at her.
to
My
drop
baby.
a Leonin down there, as next to you all silently, and I will say more up here towards the very prow of the ship, you just one by one. Down into the shadows of the ship. And then punctuating this silence. As up near the prow of the ship, you just see all of the sailors just turn as Hoss crashes down into the bow and just, oh my god! And you can see him staggering about as no one is looking at the 4 of you. Everyone is looking at this bugbear. What are the 4 of you doing before the crew members begin to make a beeline for Hoss?
I'm making a beeline for the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will point to my temple, Sweet Pea. I'm assuming Sweet Pea probably has some way to communicate distances.
I'm sure she does.
Just like, just contact me when I need it down. And they're going to go, Captain Save-A-Ho Haas.
In which case, we are going to start with you, Sitlan, as the rest of you running towards the door down into the ship itself, you run through the shadows. As
I just want to add one thing is as
Of
I'm
course.
running, I'm gonna turn around and throw a minor illusion at Haas to give him the little hat that we saw the staff person wearing in the uniform. So I just want to give him a uniform hat. I mean, good luck.
Can I, seeing this being done, can I minor illusion a uniform shirt?
either both of you make persuasion checks or one of you do so at advantage. We'll see if this
I've got a
works.
+5 on persuasion. I don't know.
I have -1, so that might be a
Shall I
you.
roll with advantage? Yeah, okay. I rolled a 5 and a 6, so that's an 11.
It is like sort of shimmering in front of him. It almost looks like he's T-posing and that it shouldn't quite be. The jacket is just looking out, and you can see his arms just moving through it as you just disappear through the doors and down into the ship below. And as you do so, we're going to start with you, Sitlan. Let's roll some initiative very quickly.
Oh God! Oh God! Okay. Cool.
I am rolling poorly today. Okay.
17.
So do you want to go first with my 2 for Hoss and my 1 for the soldiers?
Oh no.
I'm not intending to fight them, but I am going to get next to Haas, and I'm going to. Oh gosh, what do they look like they're trying to do?
You can see that these are 2 individuals that, and I will say they haven't quite clocked you yet, as they are darting towards Hoss. They're clearly attempting to apprehend this individual.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. He's going to, seeing the minor illusions and things, he's going to just sigh to himself. Get to Haas. Do you not understand our purpose here? Stand down, or you will ruin the mission.
You just kind of look kind of cool. I wanted to do what you. Okay, right.
And he just like stands back against the prow behind you.
Then he looks at the soldiers. You can carry on about your business. We are of the employ of someone you don't know, and quite bluntly, is above your pay grade.
Either persuade or intimidate. Whichever you would
intimidate. 18?
You see one of the guards as they rush forward, just sort of steady the other ones and sort of standing to as full a height as he can. But it's a very Marty McFly and Biff moment as he's still like, okay, and he stands forward and, well, then I assume you've got some papers, big guy, because you come jumping down out of the balloon, out of the rigging. We don't know you from anyone, so provided you have official documentation, we're all good.
Okay. We're on the side of the ship.
Yeah, you are. You're on the edge of the ship. Yeah.
Cool. What's gonna simply happen is you're gonna start to see gemstones grow all over my body.
We don't want any trouble, big guy.
As I'm suddenly going to get really large, grab my hammer, and I'm going to chuck it with the intent of knocking him off the ship.
Make an attack roll for me, please.
Oh no. So after all the talk, who does the first murder? Okay.
Yep. 26.
You just watch this. No, we don't want any. As his plate flies off the edge, and you just see him. I was just doing my job. As he just disappears down.
As it hits him, you hear this thunderous like boom, and then it suddenly flies back to my hand, and I put it back.
4.
Would you like paperwork too?
No. We good. We're good, bud. We're just gonna kneel down on the floor over here. We're just gonna. And you just see them just get down as all 3 of them. Hey, buddies. Yep. No, you don't need to tell us twice. Don't worry about it. And they start to kneel down.
You didn't see us. We do not exist.
Yeah. No. I'll tie the other guy's hands up if you want. That's all cool with me.
Yeah.
Grabs Haas. Moves.
And the rest of you, let us reveal the lower level of the show.
A lower level.
As would you? So as you descend down, you can place yourself around here as you begin to descend down the stairs. And as you do so, the bracing air of the outside dissipates. And the layout is exactly from the blueprint, Sweet Pea, as you expected. You can see guest cabins on either side of the deck. And you can see that, unlike the blueprints, clearly those were an older set. There is a larger sort of room in the center. separated by a large red carpeted corridor that runs between each of them. Opposite, where you are looking down from the stairs, you can see that there is a door on which there is simply painted the words "crew only," and a single uniformed crew member stands in front of this. And you can see that at the base of this that currently coming down, there is another crew member just standing to attention. And to your left, you see a dumbwaiter leading down. To your right, however, you hear the sound of laughter and glasses clinking from the observation deck down the corridor.
As we descend the stairs, can I very seamlessly cast Alter Self on myself and become let me see, some kind of noble. I don't want her to look like an Eladrin. I think I'll have her look like a dark-skinned half elf who is dressed in very regal attire. And if anyone asks to see any papers, she'll have a cantrip ready of some kind.
Okay.
And I just look back to the others like, go along with it.
Shall I be your date?
You could do that if you wanted. It's up to you. I don't.
Daffodil can
care
be
about that.
our very murderous child.
Yeah.
Great.
Or you can go into dumbwaiter.
Oh.
I'm
I
still
think it's
wearing a
up to you.
crate dress, so I'm like,
I don't know if I
Great.
fit in.
She's learning how to cosplay.
Yes,
Okay.
you'll be child.
Why don't you go take care of this? I'll go ahead. I can go in the dumbwaiter.
Sure. Sure. Okay.
Sure.
I will take
Okay.
Sweet Pea's arm. We've had the himbo romance. Now we need the lesbians.
Lesbians. Yeah, great. She tries to compose herself, and then she'll head up to the person in front of the door? Question mark. The guard.
So at the bottom of the stairs, you see a crew member just stand to attention and, I'm awfully sorry, milady. Do you have your invitation to the deck below? I don't believe I've seen you on deck yet.
I do indeed. Now, Ed.
Yes,
So Sweetie
Liv.
did a lot of research, She did a bunch of research, and she's also proficient with calligrapher's tools.
Very
Could she
interesting.
have made any kind of invitation? Is that something you would allow in a flashback, maybe?
I would absolutely allow that in a flashback.
Hooray.
So if you want to, considering the amount of time that you had, if you want to add your proficiency and roll at advantage for me, please.
Wonderful. Okay, so that would be like a dex thing, I suppose, or
Yeah.
intelligence, or
Maybe let's make it a persuade check for us.
all right. Okay.
Can I assist with the persuasion by just looking really hot?
Sure,
What
yeah.
more do you need?
Hey, yeah, advantage on that check.
Okay, cool. So that is and then with my proficiency, that's a 16.
You see, as you present this invitation, you see the guard just look down at it and up at you, and at Kitty, and at you.
Is there any kind of issue here, or?
Yeah, we were only expecting 6 guests. Hey, Billy! And he gestures towards the individual who is in front of the crew-only door. And you just come take a look at this, if you
Yes,
don't mind. But
Billy, would you mind taking a look? Because I'm confused. We're here for a wonderful honeymoon, and now we have been told we are not allowed on the ship.
well, I'm sure that's not what George meant. But George,
Outrageous. I am livid, dear, livid.
Hey, darling, please. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding.
I really do hope
I mean,
so.
how else would we have gotten onto the ship if we didn't have an invitation?
Naturally.
that is exactly what I am saying, George. Let me have a look at that. And can you make an intimidation check for me? Either one of you, or either advantage, or both of you.
Are you any good at it?
+2. So meh.
also +2.
Okay,
let's just
but
each
both
roll.
roll 1? Yeah.
Yeah, let's just each roll.
The natural 2.
Oh, okay. No, I got something. I got 17.
Okay. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
They look at you, Liv, and they seem almost convinced for a moment before looking at you, Kitty, and their eyes narrow.
Are they rolling any kind of insight?
Sorry, what was that? One more time?
Are they rolling any kind of insight? I'm just questioning.
No, they're not rolling. No, as they just look at you, Kitty, and yeah, we're gonna have to get the captain's opinion on this one, I'm afraid. As Daffodil, what are you doing at this point?
Daffodil rappels down in the dumbwaiter.
Okay.
Like just like using the pulley system, like and then it's just like this little like immediately gets to the bottom, steps out of the little dumbwaiter in her little crate, pulls out a dagger and cuts the rope to the dumbwaiter, so that it can't go back up. And then I'm gonna go over to the door that opens down here, and I'm gonna cast snare at the door.
Okay. So let me show you the layout of this last level. There we go. So in front of you, as you open up the dumbwaiter, you are met with immense heat and fog and steam. And while a few deep breaths in and out help you to acclimatize, the air is heavy around you. The carpeted wooden floorboards of the level above are replaced by metal grating and an orangey glow coming from the center of the room, which you see comes from the furnace itself. You can see that there is a small gnome who is currently shoveling coal into it, and just to your right, out of the dumbwaiter, you can see in a small kitchen that there are two individuals in white who are currently preparing food. And you can see as they chop up the vegetables that they are your vegetables, and they are all currently going into a very large stew.
Perfect. So so I can't snare that door because that would out me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like try to like close off the dumbwaiter passage behind me, and then I'm just going to sit and wait for a bit. I'm gonna wait for I want them to serve the stew, so I'm like watching them. I'm in my little crate, unperceived, unbothered, and then I'm just going to be kind of waiting for them to serve it.
Okay, as this is happening, Sitlan dragging Hoss behind you and leaving 3 guards who are just like, yeah, here we go. Look, we're just tying ourselves to the railings. Here we go. What are you doing as you rush towards the door leading downstairs?
At this point, I feel like it's a buddy cop mixed with like the Three Stooges type of moment happening with them, because they just go down to the next level, and if they see somebody, they see somebody. You know, they go like, oh, don't mind us, we're just gonna keep going.
In that case, I'm going to ask you to make a stealth check for me, or at least a persuade check, to see if you are meant to be there. As you run down, and you can see that 2 guards are currently standing at the base of the stairs in front of your friends, as there is no sign of Daffodil, and you can see that Sweet Pea has been replaced by someone else entirely. A large, dark-skinned elf stands next to Kitty.
I would love to speak to the captain. Absolutely, please bring them this way. Yes.
I cannot believe that I'm being discriminated against because of my past. I may have married into money, but that doesn't make me any less worthy than being on this ship now.
It's gonna be a stealth. I don't trust these people. I was like, what are they? Am I gonna cut it? Nope. I'm just gonna.
I'm contemplating how quietly I can kill these 2, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh no.
And me.
Well, with Password on Trace, 17.
17. You managed to just stop yourself from coming into view as there is a real, like you say, Three Stooges.
I'm going to I'm going to be holding Haas up so he's not making a sound. He's not walking himself. He's gonna, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
We are going. Just look at Sweet Pea and Kitty like, what's going on?
He's gonna hold up a hand behind my back, like, just wait until we attack, basically, is what the hand signal is.
And you see Billy, one of the guards, just, okay, I'll go and get the captain then. You just wait here and we'll get all of this sorted out. And with
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Billy
Yes, of course we will wait here.
disappears
We're not going anywhere.
down the corridor,
Great.
leaving the three of you alone with George.
I'm gonna look at Sweet Pea, like a look, like.
Yep, she knows. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to go for I'm gonna strapped to my thigh, so reaching into a slit in my dress, I'm gonna take out my Yikawa and go for a strike into George's temple with the blunt end. I'm gonna go for a stunning strike.
Okay, make a surprise attack for me, so roll advantage.
Sweet Pea's eyes are huge.
Okay, that is going to be, where is my stat block? That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Well, that hits, roll damage.
Okay, and it's a stunning strike, so can you make me a...
Ooh, con
Let
save?
me double check. I think it's, yeah, con save, please. DC 14.
That is a 6.
Okay, he is stunned. What damage dice am I using? D8. There we go. He's gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, I guess. And he is stunned.
He just looks at the two of you and, look, I'm really sorry about...
Okay, I will... if he drops, I will try to catch him. If he doesn't drop, I'm going to spend another key point to do a flurry of blows, starting with a knee to the ribs. And he is stunned, so I'm rolling an advantage still, but it's a nat 19 for 27 to hit.
Pummeling him.
Yeah, no, that hits. Yeah.
This man is not allowed to be conscious anymore. That's another 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
And indeed, he is not, as he just falls to the ground. And there is you just roughly hear I paid minimum wage as he just like hits the floor, just like.
Yeah, I'll catch him with my second part of my flurry of blows. I was gonna go and grab his head and force it backwards, so I'll just grab him instead and like bundle him into the hole where the dumbwaiter is. So he just goes like tumbling down on top of where Daffodil is.
Daffodil, you've hit us. And can you make a dexterity savings for him?
How dare you?
Just don't want them to find a body lying in the hallway,
Yeah,
okay?
that's fair. This is like Hitman.
That's a 5.
So you are unfortunately going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, as on top of you, a very human-sized individual just on top of you.
Daffodil inside the dumbwaiter? Does it not have a roof?
I don't know. I think I cut it, and so I'm just like in a tunnel now.
Never mind.
I was like, I did that so that no one would follow. Is he dead?
He's unconscious, and he's sort of like, I should.
Oh dear. Okay, don't take this the wrong way.
I kill him.
Oh
no. It's just like, oh good, I can't wait to go back to my wife. What do you do to this poor man?
I cast Animate Dead. Listen, I just thought.
You just thought what?
Sorry. If a beast or humanoid that is small or medium dies within 10 feet of me, I can use my reaction to animate it as a zombie with 1 hit point.
Yeah, that's just happened. As he just sort of immediately like shoots upright and is just like,
Feeling better? Good.
Yes, so much
Okay.
better.
Quiet for now, please.
That's just like, I can't find my friend, so I made myself a new one.
Yeah. It's important to make
No
new
reason
friends.
Kitty threw him down there.
Yeah,
Daffodil can have a new friend here.
Three of you stood alone on the stairs upstairs, now bereft of one guard and with another going to fetch the captain. What are the three doing? House, still carried by you, Sitland is just looking on with large eyes.
I think we should maybe make our way in, shall we, before anyone comes back?
Yeah, that's a very good idea. Did we need to steal the key from the captain?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I'll hide in
sure.
the shadows.
Okay, I'll hide in
I
this
can try to just
room.
pinch it from her.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, you, Sitlin, and yeah, everyone hide, and then we'll steal the key, and we'll go downstairs. We'll steal this thing. We'll be out of here.
Can I get into this room?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. All of the doors appear to be open. As you make your way into a lavish double bedroom, you can see that there is beautiful upholstery and beautifully carved mahogany furniture and a very large plush-looking bed at the center. As Sitlan, are you going into the same room as the two of your friends?
Sorry, no, I'm gonna go into a different room because I'm assuming the captain's gonna come down that corridor. So I'm gonna try to just like reach out and steal the key.
Yeah, knowing I think I'll ready as well. If nobody else does it, Sweepy's going to try and not kill, but take out the guard that will be following the captain, I assume. She's going to do something. Get back to me. Looking through my spells. Too many.
Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, I guess they're going to because where are the steps to go down? Right here.
My laptop has just crashed, so give me my map top has just crashed. My video is absolutely fine. But so you would be at the top of the stairs that your friends were currently positioned.
Which was over, yeah, at the top of the stairs. So
there's another set of stairs going down from there, right?
Yeah. I think they're just gonna like duck down because they're intending to go low. So they're not gonna hide in one of the rooms. They're gonna wait for them to get the stuff, and then they all can go down together.
Lovely. Okay, so can all three of you make stealth checks for me, please? You prepare yourselves for the captain. And while this is happening, downstairs, in a very cramped dumbwaiter, with your new friend, Daffodil. What are you and your new best friend doing?
I think we're still stealthing. I think that's literally, we are sitting and watching, and I am hiding. Like, I actually think what I've done, no, I take it back. I have taken off my crate. I have my normal outfit underneath, but I have put it on the zombie so that they can kind of be stealthy as a crate now. And we're just having a little dress up makeover montage.
Do I look nice?
Oh, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So do you. No one ever told me that in life.
Aw. Oh. Well, I think you look great. Oh, sorry, you got a little bit of rot there. Hold on. Just there you go. There we go.
Decomposition happens quickly, huh?
Yeah, it's strange. It's the fungal spores. They kind of accelerate the process. We can talk about it another time.
And as you say this, you hear outside just a, "Hey, dumbwaiter's not working. We're going to have to take the stew up another way." Okay, here we go. And you just hear footsteps outside as the rest of you, I will say probably you, Sitlan, from where you sit, you can hear footsteps coming up from behind the crew-only door on the other side of the ship. As the rest of you hear together different kind of footsteps coming down the corridor, as you hear the imperious voice of Captain Jupiter Notworthy. "Well, as I say to you, there were only meant to be 6 guests, so I don't know what accounts for this. As what did you all roll for your stealth?"
Natural 20 for 28.
Ooh, 18.
Natural 20 for math. For third, because past power straight still on, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, if that's the one, I got a 38, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, then
35
28.
for me.
You can dictate how this goes. What are you all doing?
I would love to, if I can quickly grab the like, not the captain, the guard, and just like drag them into this room with me, and close the door.
I will say with your stealth check, as the captain passes, the door just, and this individual just disappears. And briefly, you get a glimpse of Captain Jupiter Notsworthy. She's a tall, red-skinned tiefling with ram-like horns curved behind her head, between which sits a high black bicorn cat. Cat? Cat. I was trying to say cap. And you see gleaming yellow eyes, long black hair with a single white streak tied into a taut ponytail, and a large blue tailcoat with golden epaulets over ornate brown leather armor. And all the way down her tail, you can see golden studs as she just moves forward, unaware of the guard peering behind her.
Oh no, she's hot.
And are you doing anything?
I believe you're already cheating on me. I would like to, as the captain passes, I would like to just reach out one hand from behind the door of the room I'm in, and grab whatever like keys she's got. If they're like somewhere where I could see where they're kept.
Honestly, I will say
see where they're kept.
I will say with your stealth check, you are able to observe down the entire length of the corridor, and you see that they are hanging just off her belt. So if you would like to attempt...
Rookie mistake! The easiest place to steal things from! Yeah, those keys are mine.
Make a sleight of hand, and given your previous stealth check with advantage, as you watch Kitty reaching forward to grab these keys, what are you doing?
26. This is why you should wear ID cards and things around your necks, people, not around your waists.
Is there I see like some shrubberies around the things, but sometimes like on like stairwells there's like shrubberies as well, or like different like pot plants and things.
Yeah, this is a very this is a very green space for such a cramped interior. So yeah, there are pot plants around.
I'm worried. Why do you want a shrubbery?
What are you doing?
He's a knight who says niece.
This is so silly. Oh god, I'm going. It's the only time I never lean into chaos, but I'm leaning into it now. Knowing that I hear footsteps coming, and I got a pretty good stealth. I'm gonna look down, look at Haas, immediately hold him to me. And I'm going to start druid crafting whatever type of shrubbery, like the leaves around us, so we can like blend into it.
So, you do this often, or?
No, this is just for the mission.
Okay.
You're too loud.
Sorry. As the captain appears, and at the bottom of the stairs, just... Well, what am I meant to be looking at? For God's sake, where have you gone? As you just hear her storm back down the corridor, as through the crew-only entrance, you just see an individual in white, just carrying a very large ceramic dish full of stew, just make their way out of the door and down the corridor. As the door open and sort of revealing a ladder that leads down to the lower levels, presents itself to you specifically, Sitlan. The other two of you still concealed, haven't seen this yet.
Cool.
I'm gonna wait till people leave, and then all the leaves immediately die. Like, all right, move. Push it. Haas.
Okay.
We're going downstairs.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Can I, from the room I'm in, hoping that Kitty is free, point towards where I saw her go and be like, message just like, when you're free, can you come and take care of this guy? Thank you. I'm in the big room. And Sweet Pea has pulled this person in, not knowing what to do, but it's just kind of like trying to be sultry, I think. Just like... Oh, wait, she was about to do her normal accent. Hello, hi. Sorry, I just couldn't miss the chance to invite you to my boudoir.
This is yours, milady. Oh, okay.
Yes, it is. I was on the guest list, but as I'm sure the captain will figure it out. Now, why don't you help me test how soft the bed is?
Hey, yo. Well,
think-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pressing on. What do you think of that? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. And then-
Pretty good.
Yeah. No, what? It's just, and then like I see Kitty coming in around, just like, no, really get in there. Really, just like, look at that. What's? Oh, very good, huh? I'm like,
A man in our honeymoon suite.
what?
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
man. Darling.
I didn't mean anything by it. Obviously, I was dragged in here. I
apologize.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Make an attack roll at advantage. He is not expecting it.
No.
How's a natural 20 sound?
That sounds pretty good to me. Double that damage.
Hold on, unarmed strength.
Poor
it's
guy.
D6s, isn't it?
Poor guy.
So fun.
He's just beating up the crew. That's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Out cold. He falls down on the bed and it's very soft. Just bounces up
It's
and down a
so
little bit.
soft.
It
I'll
just
have to remember this the ship for my next holiday.
Yeah, it's nice. Drops the altar self, and is gonna just try and gently shove this person under the bed. Okay, all right.
Go and help and shove.
Okay, great, and sorted. Okay, shall we head downstairs? Yeah,
Or
let's
did you
go.
want to kill someone else on this floor?
I didn't kill anyone. I didn't kill anyone.
I didn't kill anyone either. I think
That's
Daffodil's probably killed someone though. But
Why,
that's
what makes you think
expected.
that? Oh, well, it's
I've
Daffodil.
worked with her before.
Sure. I mean,
Right,
we-
where's Sitlin? Oh, there they are. Great. Downstairs?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, before they come down, I have something I want to do downstairs.
Of course, yep.
Which is I want to just a sneaky little cast. Basically all the audience sees is that I stick my head out of my little hidey hole towards that big like forge where all the coals and fire is, and I cast a spell. That's it. That's all they see. I just want to establish that this has occurred.
Okay. Is
Probably
this a
fine.
reveal that will come later?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens.
Okay, lovely. As Sleepy and Kitty catch up with you as you enter into the crew only, and Hoss just sort of follows. He's way out of his element. He sees that now as he just like runs after all of you.
Good job, everyone. We're all doing great. I say
Hoss,
to try and
Before we go any, I mean, thank you, Sweet Pea. Before we go any further, Hoss, if you're here with us, how are we meant to jump back onto your ship?
Oh, I tied my dirigible to the netting on the balloon above.
Okay.
So we have to go back up to get there.
I didn't really think that through. I can go get the
Okay,
dirigible
we'll
if
make
you
it
need-
work. That's
No, no,
okay.
I can.
Everyone-
Oh, okay.
Everyone fucks up. It's okay.
Figure it out.
Roast him. Roast him.
It'll be fun. Okay. Okay.
Just so we know where we have to go. That's fine. We'll make it work. This isn't the first time I've worked with someone who fucks up a lot.
Are you talking? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to kill Robert. He must be down here somewhere.
Oh, what? Who is that?
My ex-fiance. He's a piece of shit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's also probably here to steal whatever's in that lockbox, so we're gonna
Oh.
steal it.
Yeah, that's
and
ours.
Wave as he watches us do it.
Okay, let's get a wriggle on then. Okay.
Let's go find Daffodil.
Should we be
Antonio
sneaky
friend.
around here? Sneaky sneaks.
Sneaky sneaks.
Sneaky
Sneaky sneaks. Do we want more Pass Without a Trace? Is that still up? It lasts like 10 minutes, I think. So
It's
an hour,
probably
I don't
more
know.
than 10 minutes. So if you want to cast that again, it is entirely up to you. But I would say, as you walk.
Oh, it's
past-
up to it. It's an hour. So.
Oh, you're fine then.
Yeah.
As Daffodil, you see your three compatriots just beginning to move past the dumbwaiter.
Okay, I do a psst.
Wait, did you hear that? Did anyone hear that?
I'm sneaking. Hi.
Oh, hi. God.
Did you get the body?
Yeah, look.
I just,
You
Okay,
can
that's
see
what I
me
was
the crate.
expecting.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So new team member. Yay. We're making friends, literally.
Okay.
No, he's dead.
Oh no.
Only a little. Only in like
I
the
mean, he's-
technical sense.
He's alive
Um,
again, but it's because of mushrooms.
Oh,
Yeah.
because of mushrooms.
But you got the key?
Yeah, got them. All of them.
Perfect. Okay. I think they might have noticed us. I think there's a chance, judging by the entrance and the amount of people that have been, killed or otherwise removed, that our cover might be blown. So I think we just need to go for it.
Let's fucking go.
Sure.
Let's go.
Sure. I'm
Who's
going
leading the way?
to. I'm going to quickly go up to this door and close it, and then find something to block it so they can't get out.
Make a perception check for me. And Sitlan, what are you doing as you tower over? I mean, you tower over everyone at the best of times, but these particularly small individuals who are scurrying all about you.
Yeah, I think as I'm picking up what Sweepy's putting down, is that person there? In the middle of the room?
You can see that there's a small gnome who is currently sort of bedraggled, covered in sweat and soot, just shoveling coal into the furnace, and oh my goodness, whew, and just shoveling coal into the furnace.
Sitlan is just gonna kind of step forward and say, "You're on break."
Oh, is that right? I can't quite see. I don't have my glasses on. Hold on a moment. Oh boy, you're a big lad. Do you work here?
You're on break. Go.
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
Ooh. I got a 22 perception.
You see that there are a couple of shovels nearby that will probably do the job and hinge into the actual mechanism of the door itself.
Great.
15.
15. You see this individual just looking up and, well, sure, it looks like you've got beefier arms anyway. And just sort of shuffles off and goes towards the door that you have literally just closed, Sweet Pea, in. Do you mind if I just
Yeah, sure. And then I will open it and then let them in.
Oh,
there you go.
Cheers, Muchly.
All right, yeah, have a good break. Bye. Close it, lock them in again. Okay, I think we're good.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, we've got the key. Great. Yeah, we're good. This is going fine.
Anything else we need to know about this door before I unlock it that you found in your research, Sweet Pea?
Well, as long as we unlock it with a key, then Glyph Warden shouldn't go off and shouldn't trigger a golem of some kind.
Well, that's great that you mentioned that earlier.
Oh, I might have slipped my mind. Apologies.
I thought we had something there, but clearly I was mistaken.
Wait, what?
And I will unlock the door.
Reconsider.
As you do, Daffodil, what exactly is it that you have cast upon this furnace?
What did I cast on the furnace? I cast a cute little spell called Conjure Minor Elementals. But you see, magma methods, when they're still, are completely indiscernible from just magma or coal. So they're just waiting.
As you're making your way by everyone else, could you make perception checks for me? I'll say at disadvantage, focused as you are on the task at hand.
So fair.
All of us?
All of you, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Save for Daffodil.
While they're doing that, I would like to quietly cast Locate Object to find the lockbox.
You see that it is directly in front of you. That there
didn't even need it. Save the spell slot.
I would like to turn my natural 1 into a 15 and get 21 if that's possible.
Okay.
With my portent, because I feel like this is important.
What?
The lower of
And-
my two rolls was a 17, so also 22 for me.
Okay.
I got a 15 total.
15. So I will say that as the door creaks open, Sitlan, you just hear a soft.
That always gives them away, the giggles.
As a note, if they are speaking in like Ignan, which is a subset of Primordial, I do understand it.
Ooh.
You would, as they're just like,
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
Oh my god, yes. I love them.
Turn towards the furnace. Why
Oh shit, he sees us. Oh no.
Oh, Ed, you sound exactly like the bat from Basil, the mouse detective, and it's really good. I love it. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Midget, no.
Yeah.
as the door creaks open for the vault, as Sitlan, almost in time with this, you just turn towards the furnace. You are met with the interior of the vault. You can see a large unlit room filled with crates and barrels, many covered in heavy tarpaulin and weighty rope netting. And in between these, you see other items peeking out. You see a stuffed owlbear on a podium. You see a glass orb. You see a giant humanoid shape covered in tarpaulin that you can only assume is the security golem. You also see a clinking crate of wine bottles, to name but a few, and ahead of you stands a simple black adamantine safe, nearly 10 feet in diameter, and you see that there is a single small mechanism at the front. You have made your way in, but you will still have to pick the lock.
What kind? Oh shoot. Okay.
I'm gonna take out my thieves' tools.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You're good at picking locks, I assume, so this is fine. Yeah.
Everyone stand back just in case it is trapped.
Should we check it to see if it is?
We should check it just in case.
Yeah, okay. I'll investigate it if I can.
Not the investigating type.
I'll do it.
Usually just deal with the consequences.
That's fair. She can't afford to do that. Oh no. That is a 13.
Looks, by the books, looks like a safe.
That's a safe.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on myself.
On yourself. Amazing.
And say,
Oh, I'm actually really, really dexterous. Do you want me to try?
No.
Oh, man, that's a second level spell slot. Okay, we should have had this conversation
But they're
first.
they're my tools.
You know,
Have you used these before?
Yeah. Okay, fine. No, you do it. But if you don't get it the first time, I get to try. Fair?
Kitty's gonna cross her fingers behind her back. Sure. I feel like we have this conversation every time, Daffodil.
I know. Okay, I'll go.
Hurry it up a little bit. Maybe we, just.
Yeah, we can. I'm already starting to try to pick the lock and like listening for the combination and whatever it is, however you crack a safe.
And just really quickly, Sitline is just gonna like step next to the furnace. Like, are you all working here without wanting to? I could set you free if you want. In Primordial, so they can understand it.
Oh, one of our own. Oh, cool. No, we're okay. We kind of just got summoned to this plane of existence right now, and I assume, boss is right in there, so she'll tell us what to do in just a minute.
Who summoned you?
Oh shit, I've said too much.
And you see the other one just put a little fiery hand over the other's mouth.
They didn't mean anything by it.
I understand.
We just...
Wait here. Close the furnace door.
Hey, wait!
Daffodil, with your now advanced dexterity,
that's great.
Looking around the room, and while Kitty is picking the lock, with your advanced dexterity, I will allow you to take anything you wish from this room. I'm going to give you license as to what this is, within reason.
Okay. I'm going to grab. Is there something that's? I'm looking for something that's both very expensive and very fragile.
You would probably, your eyes would probably gravitate towards a large glass orb that sits off to one side.
Great. I grab that and I just kind of like hold it, and then I'm gonna go exploring, and I'm just gonna kind of like be like looking around, and then I kind of grab that and kind of bring it back over.
Okay. You are able to do this with your advanced dexterity, with no one seeing you. As Kitty, what are you rolling?
I think is Dex check with proficiency for Thieves' Tools. Is that it?
Absolutely.
I get a 25.
The door just and slowly creaks open. Inside, you see a number of leather pouches that are full to brim with coins and diamonds and rubies and the sort of things you would generally expect to find in a safe. But in the center of this, a small, simple wooden lockbox.
I'm gonna very carefully pick up the wooden lockbox.
Can I put a hand out to you to stop you just before you take it? Can I just... And I'm just going to pop a detect magic on and just see if I can detect anything coming off of it.
Not off of it, but inside of it. Oh my goodness, the most magical aura that you have ever detected.
Oh, wow. Okay. So whatever's in there is pulsating with magical essence. That is, that's a lot.
Well, whatever it
here's
is, it's... Yes?
Daffodil?
No, by all means, go ahead.
Do you have something to say?
This is where it gets spicy.
We got 4 devil crosses in a room.
Last 20 minutes, folks.
Whatever is in here is clearly worth more than 1,000 gold peaches split 4 ways. Standing up with the box in my hands, how brightly lit is the space we're in?
Pretty, the only light is coming from the furnace, which Sitlan has now closed.
Okay. So would you say the entire deck is dimly lit?
Certainly within this vault, yes.
Okay. And what about outside of this vault?
There is shimmering orange light still, so not entirely dim. You can definitely see Sitlan perfectly illuminated in the space.
But are there pockets of dim light?
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to bonus action teleport from the dimly lit light I'm currently in to the furthest dimly lit light away that I can see and hoof it.
Right, I'm going to ask everyone to for initiative for me real quick.
Yeah.
The double crossing.
Oh, gosh. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
All right.
Oh,
I don't know how I'm going to be a monk, but okay. Oh, shit, natural 20.
Oh! But what's your total, though, for initiative?
21.
Okay, I still beat you then.
Yeah.
Okay, so who has rolled what?
23.
23.
Natural 20 for 21.
Okay. Daffodil.
11.
11. And Sitlan.
19. And I have advantage.
So I will say, because I don't want that second level spell slot to be entirely for nothing, Daffodil, you get 1 free action before all of this kicks off.
But because it's a initiative's a dex check, wouldn't Daffodil have advantage on the roll anyways? On initiative.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Would.
So that
You would.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Still only a
check.
14, so that doesn't change the fact that I can't roll or shit.
Okay, I will still say you get that free action in any case,
Nice.
just because that is a spent spell slot, and I would like to offer that. So
and I was mean
as
to you, so that's fair.
As you see the shadows begin to coalesce around Kitty, you have just enough time to do one thing. What is that thing?
I throw the orb at Kitty. And I say, look, catch.
Make an attack roll for me very quickly.
Is this a dex-based attack? I don't know how that works.
Improvised attacks are usually strength, I think.
I will say because it's ranged, we'll make this a dex one.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank God. That was the difference between me rolling a 3 and a 17.
Ooh.
17 misses.
17 misses as you just hear a and you see the glass orb just smash against the other side, and you suddenly look as Kitty has just disappeared into the furnace room. Sitlan, Daffodil, and Sweet Pea, you watch as Kitty. What are you doing?
Where would I be able to teleport to approximately? I've got 60 feet.
I'll say over here by the coals.
Okay.
Teleportation
brilliant.
is an ability, right? It's not a spell.
No, it's an ability. Yeah. Shadow Monk, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to hold on, let me mark off my key points that I use for that spell so I know how many I have still. I am going to spend another key point. Oh no, that was my bonus action. So as my action, I'm gonna dash, which will get me up to the next deck.
You get up to the next
Because
deck.
I have 45 feet of movement. Yes.
Point of order. After
Yes.
my action, my methods and summons get to go.
Okay, sure thing. But
okay.
that will be on your turn, though. So
Okay.
so that will
Not
come
the free
after
one. Got
you.
it.
Yeah. So you watch as Kitty disappears, and as you do so, Kitty, at the top of the stairs, you find yourself colliding into the chest of an individual. As looking down at you, about to come down into the crew's quarters, you see Robert standing there.
Motherfucker!
Sweet Pea down in the vault. What are you doing as you watch it just disappear?
Fantastic. I'm going to bamf up to the next floor as a bonus action to cut them off. So that I get to go 30 feet. So I'll go up 30 and then across.
Do you have to be able to see where you're going to?
Oh, you are so correct.
It's like Misty Step, I think.
Yeah, you're so right. In that case, no, you're so right. That's so right. Okay, in that case, she's just going to move 30 feet. I tried to click on the screen that we're on for the. Okay, hang on. So I was right by the thing. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then I can see around about here.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Cool. I will bamf there as a bonus action. And then you're out of sight still. Is that right?
I am. I'm on the next floor already.
Okay.
Upstairs. As Sitlan, you watch Sweet Pea rush by you, and you can see that all around you there are only the wood, the metal grating underneath, and the wooden floor above you, and you can see the still undead sort of servant of Daffodil just standing there. I don't know what to do. What are you?
Would I be able to, as my action, apologies, Ed, cast haste on myself?
You absolutely can.
Wonderful. I do that, and then my speed is doubled. So with that being the case, maybe I make it upstairs.
I would say with that, you run up and you similarly bump into the back of Kitty. There is now Robert, Kitty, and there is Sweet Pea. Sitlan downstairs. What are you doing?
I'm like, hey.
I'm asking out loud because we're getting into a really fun double crossy space, which might include PvPs, okay?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm fine with
Great. Because seeing the bamfing and just goes back to what he thought about with Sweet Pea, not trusting these people. Where's Haas, by the way?
Haas is just sort of hovering nearby. I'll put it.
Okay. No, you don't need it. It's fine. It's fine. Just say. Right now, I only trust 2 people: Sweet Pea and apparently you. And he's going to immediately rage. Crystals are going to grow all over his body, and not only do they grow over his body, he gets large. So now he is. I don't know if you have the ability to. He needs to be 4 squares instead of 1.
Oh shit!
Thank you. But more importantly, when he rages, I get to immediately run half of my movement. So he's going to get there, because that's 5, 10, 15, 20. And then
I will also say, as you are growing, you are literally into the ceiling, and there is wooden floorboard just crumbling as this crystalline head is just poking over. And from behind Robert, the 2 of you could just see crumpling up through the red carpet, just Sitlan's massive, double the size head, just like coming through, crashing through the ship. Are you doing anything?
You know what? Yeah, I mean, yeah, because what I'm going to do is get to specifically Kitty, who has decided to take the item. I don't care about Robert. I go, you made a bad choice. Immediately just...
Okay, make an attack.
By the way, because when I enter my rage, this is probably going to be fire. That's probably going to not be fun for you. So he's going to immediately attack. I'm going to make this a great weapon master attack.
Okay.
So does a 21 hit you?
21 will hit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, what's happening?
That's going to be 14 plus 2, 16 plus 2d6. That is going to be 16 plus 11 is 27 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
More importantly, you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay, that's not terrible. Where are my saves? That is going to be a 15.
Let me just check. I don't think that saves, but let me just double check. Let me double check. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
What will this do if it happens?
Oh, they're prone.
Kitty rolled a 4.
Okay, well then that's an 8.
Okay, yeah. Immediately prone on the ground. And also, oh, that's not a crit. And prone and thrown 5 feet back, as I have to crush your feet. You're immediately pushed.
I think throwing me 5 feet back also throws Sweet Pea 5 feet back.
It does.
I'm
like,
do it down the ladder, wouldn't it?
Well, it does, but you see several things happening at once, and from your perspective, Daffodil, you see something very interesting. As you watch as Kitty is thrown back into Sweet Pea, into the wall, and down. And as you fall down the ladder, back up to the lower deck, and you can see Sitlan just towering above you, Kitty, you look to your hand, and it is empty. You look to the top of the stairs, and you see that in the window next to the ladder, there is broken glass, as sailing out of the sky vessel. And you see this out of one of the nearby windows, Daffodil. Down, there is a simple lockbox.
Okay.
How big is that
I am the
window?
wrong kind of ASMR for this.
How big's that window?
It's flying out the window?
It has flown out of the window, and only Daffodil has seen it. Daffodil, it is your turn.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I go, all right, boys, watch my 6. And I jump out the window after it.
Okay, can you make an athletics check for me real quick?
Please let this be acrobatics. I have advantage on dexterity.
I will allow it, yes.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, 15.
15. You fly out, and as you just down, I will say with a 15, you jump out, and you watch the lockbox just flies down and down and down and down out into the clouds, and you are free falling. As high above you just hear,
We're coming.
and just
I was like, no,
coming
I'm
down
6, but
with-
you go behind me.
and they're like grabbing onto your cloak, and it is burning, and they're like, wait, hang on. And you just hear, ooh, as looking up, you see your zombified servant falling down afterwards. And they're like,
Hey, you grab him. It doesn't matter if you burn.
and they are grabbing onto his back, and his flesh is burning as he just grabs onto you with hands.
Oh.
And
Okay, quick question. How far away is the lockbox from me falling?
it is, I would say it is currently at 20 feet, and it is gaining. It is falling and falling.
Okay. I cast Thorn Whip on it to
Okay,
pull it
make
closer to me.
Make a dexterity check for me.
Okay, I think I could. Okay. Just want this stupid box. Finally. Okay, 23.
There is a as just
you
manage to catch this small wooden lockbox.
Right.
As you drag it back to you and catch it in your hands, and your methods go, "Ah, yeah," and begin to fly off. Because we only have 5 minutes left,
Yeah.
expediency's sake, what is everyone's epilogue? As 3 of you are currently on board a ship, I am going to say, considering the success of this so far, Kitty,
Yes.
how do you escape and spend the rest of your days, either on the run or otherwise?
I think, and do say if you disagree with this. I feel like this is how every one of Kitty and Daffodil's meetups for heists end. With one of us running away with whatever it is we're heisting. But we keep teaming up anyways, because it's like, it's a fun relationship. So I think, despite the fact I just took a pummeling from Sitlan, I'm just gonna look up at him and go, Daffodil got the box, didn't she?
Yeah.
Right. Did you want someone on this ship dead? Because I can help with that. But first, and I'm going to like shadow step up next to Robert, grab his head, and just snap it.
I don't know what this man looks like.
Picture your worst ex.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then if Sitlan and Sweet Pea are still mad at me, I'm just gonna go steal some kind of escape vessel and just make my way down and eventually meet up with Daffodil again. Unless you want my help killing a Leonin.
I mean, you can stick around. I kind of I didn't really care about box, if I'm honest with myself. Okay, no, if we...
I didn't either. I guess I like being double crossed.
I was just like a bit hurt. Yeah, let's go kill a Leon. No, we don't need to do that. No, okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah, will it heal you?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, Sitlan, let's head out. You can come with us if you want to, Kitty, and we'll check in with Daffodil another time, I suppose.
Oh, no, I know where to find her.
Cool. I step over the dead body of Robert. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Nope, don't need to say that. All right, up we go.
Now he's dead.
I'm going to rage. Go back downstairs. Open the doors to let them people out. 'Cause I feel bad about that.
Good idea. Thank you.
And then go find Haas. You're with us now.
Oh, okay, boss. And just sort of move.
No, I'm not your boss.
Okay, partner.
Unless you have a.
Oh,
We'll workshop it. It's fine. We'll workshop it.
Head back to the dirigible.
I think Sweet Pea is going to just march up to Leonin real quick and be like, "Be better." You be better. I saw you. I saw what you did.
You just, as you're walking away, he just sort of like, I had a whole monologue planned. Oh, never mind. It's okay.
Yeah,
As
well,
you just
send it
make
to
your
me.
way up.
I'll be in touch.
Do you have an address? Oh, sorry, that was a bad time. I'm really
I send a
sorry.
message. I send a message. I'm gonna get back up. Kick it in the dirigible door.
You make your way up to the deck, and you can see the 3 guardsmen still tied to the railing, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, we're still here. We're still here." As they just wave over at you, Sitlan, and Haas goes and slowly begins to bring down the dirigible, and opening the door for the 3 of you, just steps in and just begins to drift off into the clouds. As where does your adventure leave you?
Planning a wedding.
That's gonna take some time. That's gonna take a whole campaign arc. Lan is a widower, so we're clear.
Okay, in my mind, there's the credits of like, you know, there's the montages and the epilogues and then the credit roll. And then if I can add a very short post-credit sequence.
Yes.
We just see Kitty and Daffodil like in a gnome bar, just like talking, and
Daffodil's like, I know, but like I left you the rest of the loot, so that's okay, right? And you know,
shit, we forgot to take it.
Oh, I threw the orb at you for that. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It was for a good cause, though.
And then the camera pans down and you just see that Daffodil has a new book, and it's definitely The Ritual to Lichdom that she bargained for.
You just see a couple of bullets in the background go, yeah, score, as the screen just fades to black. That was Sky Heist.
Jeez, what happened?
I couldn't begin to tell you, Liv. Thank you all so much for the donations and for
Thanks.
joining.
My goodness.
For one, where can we find everyone? But then, Dagmar, if you want to take us out as our science and sorcery representative.
Absolutely. And I'm going to suggest, CB, do you want to go first? Because we know you need to run
It's
off
all
to
good.
the next thing.
I can do the sign outs with it right over.
Okay, cool. All right. In that case, Ed, do you want to start? Where can people find you?
You don't want to find me, but you can find me at Edwards_Spence_ at pretty much every social media. Usually I run emotionally grounded, narratively driven campaigns. This was a bit of a let loose one, but it was tremendous fun. Thanks to all of you. You can find me over on RP Geeks, where we have recently finished our Orbital Blues Black Star campaign. You can also find both CB and myself over on Wounded Warrior Project every Tuesday, where we are starting a brand new journey through Middle-earth as we explore the fourth age of Tolkien's world. The first episode was beautiful, and if it's anything to go by, you are in for a treat. We have an incredible cast. We have Becca Godsey, we have CB, we have Jasper William Cartwright, we have Lexi McQueen, and we have Sam, just Sam, and myself as GM. We would love to see you there. That is me.
Who's saying?
I was saying Anne.
Oh, you're being noisy. I was like,
sorry.
No worries.
That's the problem with having a single syllable name, is it sounds so much like a hesitation. Like, and then I'm like, oh, what?
Oh, I'll just continue Dampen. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm Gnome_Ann here on Twitch, and Ann the Gnome on some places where they didn't allow underscores in your handle. Didn't think that through, did I? Here we are. And I no one ever recognizes me in a wig because I have very, very green hair naturally. I didn't grow this stuff myself. But I do both. I do a lot of Eldritch horror and also absurdist comedy, you know, the two genders. So if that's the kind of stuff you're into, let's hang out.
Amazing.
Who's up next?
Yes. Hello again. My name is Omega Jones, also known as the Critical Bard across all social media channels except for Tumblr. We don't go back to that hellscape. I've been Sitlan, our favorite watermelon, tourmaline gemstone giant cuddle buddy who apparently is about to start an arc with Hoss, the bugbear, Sit Lost Forever. You can catch me many different places. Again, on Tuesdays on Wounded Warrior Project with Edward, playing the most adorable human who apparently gets to hug Thranduil. So, you know, whatever that means. And also on Tuesdays, you can catch me on Game Raider Girls Twitch channel in the evening for Realm Watchers, where I play the, I'm not going to say lovable Kobo because he's not lovable. Little shit. But love him anyway. Aside from that, tonight, literally in an hour, you can catch me on twitch.tv/Jillian Foxglove. That's with a G. As we do a Ren Fair Regicide. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm just playing an old man named Merv. And it's going to be great. Aside from that, I do way too much in this space. You can catch me at different conventions, doing mini panels, hosting things, etc., etc. And for those who are of the queer persuasion, I can't say what I did, but starting June 1st, there's something that Twitch would do, and I will be a part of it. So that's all I'm saying. So that's me. That's me.
Yeah. I think we can count all the heterosexuals in science and sorcery on one hand, and that will stay that way. Liv.
Yeah, hi, I'm Liv Kennedy. I do various things in the TTRPG space. If you want to hear about them, I'll post about them usually on Twitter at Does Dark Magic is what I go by. But one of the main things I do is I'm a part of a podcast called Three Black Halflings. I'm one of the Black Halflings. The other is Jasper William Cartwright, and the other is Jeremy Cobb. And we're all very fun and goofy, and we tell stories, and it's great. And we also navigate being people of color in the TTRPG space, and then we also talk about pop culture, and it's a great fun time. We had CB on the other week, and we had a little chat. It was a fun time. So yeah, you should check that out. We are at number 3 Black Halflings on every social media ? So yeah, check us out if you'd like. Thank you so much, everyone. This has been such a great cause. I'm so happy to be a part of it. Thank you, gang.
All right, and I guess I will wrap up. I'm Defmar. You can mostly find me on Science and Sorcery. That's either at Sci and Sorcery or at Science and Sorcery, depending on the social media network. So try all of those. I do have a Twitter. I don't really use it anymore, so you can try to find me there, I guess. And as a creator of Science and Sorcery, I think I speak for everyone here when I say thank you so much to everyone who has participated in our 8 Playing for Palestine streams. That is all of our guest game masters, our guest players, all of you viewers and donors, as well as those people who have donated for our giveaways and our incredible artists. Liza van der Aert, Elizabeth Mills, Jade Nelson, and our very own Alex Holtz. You've all done an amazing job. And as well as a massive thank you to the rest of the Science and Sorcery team. Producer Sam Langford, who has produced every single one of these streams and definitely deserves a day off. And Rachel Williams and Khalil Thurlaway. We have, at close, we have raised $2,004.99. We have doubled what we were hoping to raise. We will be back with this crew for the Sitloss wedding. We'll have to coordinate that now, I guess. CB, you said it, and Hogan made it happen.
I'm in.
We will be back to discover No Man's Lichdom and Omega's wedding.
I just got the ritual. Yeah, we'll see about the actual performing it.
Thank you so much for supporting our Playing for Palestine streams. Remember to keep your activism going. I'm sure we'll do more charity streams for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund in the future, but in the meantime, you can use all of the resources we previously posted, which I'm sure we'll post again, to do things that aren't just monetary donations. We would really appreciate that. This has been an absolute blast. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you again very soon. Good night, folks.
Good night, everyone. Bye.